Good evening, good evening. Abs of October Red. And guess what? It's a live watch along. This weekend we have got Jonas versus Mayer. So welcome back. Hope you've had a really good week. And if you haven't, we'll try and make this evening a good evening for you. I haven't been watching all of the fights. I've been in and out. Sorry. You're going to have to accept my apologies. I've been sneaking in and having a look at the misfits and checking what's happening on Twitter. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the headline on this card. But we've got this guy, Clark, in is it against is it Mamedov? Make sure I pronounce his name right. And they've mentioned that this guy has fought Jimmy Sains, who we know is a matchroom fighter. They fought in the amateurs, and apparently it was a close fight. Clark's trained by the Smith brothers. He's in Liverpool, so it'd be interesting to see his progress because, as we know, Jimmy Sains has just literally turned over pro himself. What a week we've had in boxing while this fight is pushing on. What an interesting week we've had in boxing. Earlier on, as you know, this week I was down in London. I've been down to London twice this week. First of all, for the Ngannou AJ press conference. Very, very good press conference. Very interesting. I got to speak to Dewey Cooper. The content's out that I did on Monday. Was it Monday? All my days are going into one. Dewey Cooper, a very, very interesting man. Very confident in what Ngannou is capable of doing to Anthony Joshua. So I'm looking forward to that fight. And I've said it before. I've said it a million times. The fact that Ngannou had that fight with Fury and the way that the fight went has made this fight seem more intriguing. But forgive my manners, Mr. A. Good evening. How are you? Hope your week's been good. Hope everyone's okay. But we're back here again. I feel like I'm doing lives all the time, and that's why all my days are going into one. Because I'm sure last week, what was we, 3 a.m. in the morning? Wasn't we? Artur Beterbiev. I don't know. What are you thinking of that? I thought it was a fantastic performance. I know there's a bit of shadow and people are trying to cast a bit of doubt over his performance. But if you've watched him from the beginning, to me, his performances have remained consistent. He's a power puncher. He hasn't done anything different in the fight that he had with Callum Smith to any of the other fights that he's had. Look at his training videos. If you follow my social media, on my Instagram, I've even put up YouTube links to go and watch his training videos. Go and have a look at how they train over there. Their style of training is different. And if you're into fitness or you're slightly fit, give it a go what he does, and then you'll see what I mean. Yes, he's an athlete, but I'm not really buying into the little shadow that they're trying to cast on him as a fighter. But then we push straight in, like I said, to the AJ Ngannou press conference. The card has been announced. I spoke about it on the review. It's a fight that I'm definitely looking forward to. A fight that Francis is confident that he's going to win. A fight that AJ is confident that he's going to win. Obviously, he's going into this fight once again. Ben Davison in his corner. Albeit, he says that Derek James is still there for him. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think that he'll probably come back into the team as an active key coach. But I could be wrong. We'll see. But he works well with Ben. It's still the criticism is coming in about his win over Otto Wallin. We've seen the comments, saying he's his ex-sparring partner, even though he fought him for Charles Martin. They fought in the amateurs. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff coming out there. But the proof's in the pudding. It's not necessarily going to be with the Francis Ngannou fight, is it? Well, you'd think not. I'm saying that now, and something crazy could happen again on the night. But the fight is potential fights that he's going to have after that. Raymond, you know what? I can relax now because you are here. Good evening. How are you? And I hope you're good 2. I'm all right, living the dream because I'm back here at home when it feels like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not. I'm hosting what it feels like sometimes an imaginary show, the imaginary October Red watch along show. But I'm joined by very active, proactive, interactive YouTube listeners. Um, Fury and Ngannou. Hopefully, I won't be not Fury and Ngannou. Usyk Fury. That's the fight that's coming up next. The big fight that's coming up next. Yeah, no early morning fights, Chris. Good evening to you. I'm happy about that because it takes me a couple of days. As you know, I'm a bit old. It takes me a couple of days to recover from those 4 a.m. ring walk fights. But I was just saying, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. A fighter that's with 258. I think he's had his debut. He's trained by Joby Clayton, same trainer as Ben Whittaker. German born, was a German amateur. 258 assigned him, and I think I've seen pictures floating about with him on the internet that he's training. Well, he's out there in the Usyk camp. So I'm going to try and get him on the channel. Not that he'll be revealing any secrets, but for you guys to meet him, Emmanuel Odeazi, German Nigerian, I believe, but he's fighting out of the UK, and he signed to 258, so he's one of AJ's fighters. So he's out there with Usyk. I don't know if you guys have watched the recently released TNT with Steve Bunce, with Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn sat opposite each other having a chat about boxing. And there's a couple of things that have come out there that I liked. I like to see people work together anyway, but I will agree with what they said. They said the rivalry's been good because it's made them very, very competitive, therefore trying to be the best promoter in the UK. So that rivalry has helped them and helped the sport get to where the sport is. The fans may beg to differ. They may argue that it's created issues and we've maybe not got the fights that we want. But from a business perspective and a proactive perspective, I get where they're both coming from. But the fact is now, and I've called him the puppet master, His Excellency. You can mute that word if you like. Turki Al Sheikh has literally backed out the bags of cash and said, "You're putting that aside now, and we're all going to work together." And it's nice to actually see. I had the pleasure of speaking to Frank. It was brief though. I did have a bit of a strop. I've spoke to Frank several times because I've been to a few of Queensbury pressers, and I've spoke to him off camera several times, but we've never got to speak on camera. And I was lined up and I was ready to go. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to get this conversation with Frank. There's so many things I want to ask him about. And then he was like, no, he hasn't really got the time. So we're going to do a scrum. So we'd got through his, preferred interviews. And there was 3 of us that were left in a scrum. So to be polite, everyone had their go. And then I had my couple of minutes at the end. So an icebreaker. I wanted to ask so much more, but unfortunately I couldn't. Hopefully I will get that sit down with Frank Warren. Hopefully I'll get that quality to you guys, because I'm one of these. I will beat myself up if I don't think I've delivered for the viewers, for you guys, because that's what I do this for. So you guys can get to know the characters of all the guests that come on the channel. So I do feel like I've let you lot down by not delivering the best content that I can do, but we're working on that, and I've got to go back to the drawing board and I've got to work harder. But it was a pleasure to get him, even if it was only for a couple of minutes. But hopefully moving forward, we should get some more time with Frank, because we've got the Magnificent Seven, part 3. I was corrected by Gareth A. Davis. That conversation will be released soon. Part 3, because the first one we did, I think that was in Birmingham as well. You mentioned James DeGale. Then we had the one that was in Manchester the other day. And now we've gone back to Birmingham. some good fighters on there. I've got to, shout out the BCB guys, Errol Johnson, um, Nathan Heaney, Liam Davis, all of the BCB guys that are, from that gym up in Warsaw. They've got their fighters on that card. So I'm looking forward to that. Liam and Nathan, awesome guys. Lovely to speak to. And their content, I believe, is already out. There's Dennis McCann on there. I didn't get to speak to him, but I do like the little rivalry that's building in between himself and Liam Davies. I do like that because they're both mouthy. So that could make for an interesting fight, albeit I think McCann's fighting, is it Strand from Liverpool? So that could be a good scrap as well. Heaney versus Brad Pauls. It should be a good fight. Stars make fights, as they say. I did say to Nathan, but Tyler Denny's fought Brad Pauls. Have you got anything from him that you could probably go in and use for this fight? But his words were stars make fights, and he can't necessarily go on the experience that Tyler Denny's had with him because his experience is going to be totally different. So I get that. We've got Solomon Dakers from Birmingham, another Birmingham fighter, the English heavyweight champion, who's made it clear that he's looking to obviously have this fight. It should be with Dave Adelaide, but at the press conference, Frank Warren mentioned that that match is subject to a disciplinary hearing. And speaking to Gareth, like I said, that content will be out tomorrow later. It was because of the fracas on the red carpet. I thought it was because of possibly the referee issue in, when the fight got stopped. But we'll see what happens with that. So hopefully that's a fight that will happen. You've got puncher, Adelaide can punch, but you've got the boxer. So I think Solomon, I'd say, is going in with the advantage. Gareth A. Davies thinks Dave Adelaide is going in with the advantage, but we'll see. Hopefully that's the fight that gets made. And then I think Solomon's going to push on because he wants to go for the British and move forward. I think he's 30 now, so he wants to really push on. He doesn't want to hang around and just wait with the English. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, another good card. The fights that we've got coming up next, obviously, we cannot not talk about tonight. And with that, Chris, good evening to you. I'm all right. I hope you're all right as well. Your welfare means a lot to me. And this young Clark's won his debut. Well done, lad. Mayer for the win, I'm afraid. You reckon? You don't think Artash can do it? Intriguing main event tonight. Clash of different styles. Jonas will be front-footed and have power, while Mayer has the boxing IQ. I've got Mayer on points. Wow. So we've got 2 to Mayer. Yeah, I thought it was. To be fair, I don't know what it is. They'll probably release it on the British Boxing Board of Control circular or whatever, but we'll see. Yeah. It would be nice because I've got 1,000 questions for Frank Warren. And you know what it is? It's because he's been in the game for so long. And I sort of touched on it when I spoke to him. How do you keep relevant after so many years in boxing? How do you, as a promoter, evolve, with where boxing's going at the moment, the evolution? If we took like a time machine and went back 3 years ago, we wouldn't have seen any of this happening. And I think Eddie touched on it as well. He said, the rivalry's fine, but we've got to evolve. We've got to move forward. But hopefully, like I said, we'll see if I can get that sit down with Mr. Warren. He's very friendly, very witty, very funny. I reckon our conversations will be fun. Maybe Dakers needs an opponent like Adelaide because Dakers was disappointing in his last fight. And that's something that he's admitted himself, Chris. He's quite open. He's not someone that's going to shy away and say and make up excuses. He knows that he didn't have a good performance. And the interesting thing about that is he was in Tyson Fury's camp. And I think I can double back on what he said. Jamie Takivi was in Anthony Joshua's camp. I can't remember what fight he was for. I can't remember. but he was in Anthony Joshua's camp. There was a possibility that Dacres and Takivi should have fought. Takivi says, I can't do the date that you want, but I can do the month after. The reason for that was Takivi said, when you're in somebody else's camp, you are not training to your full potential. It's not your camp. So you're not training for you. You're not doing, say, for example, an 8-rounder or a 10-rounder. You're in and out doing shorter rounds. So it's not really your camp. So everyone can say, oh, you was in AJ's camp. You should be fit. You should be ready. But it doesn't work like that. And this is kind of the same lines that Dacres has said. He was in Tyson Fury's camp. He wasn't in his own. Hence his lackluster performance. He got the nod, and I suppose that's all that counts. But he'll be the first person to admit to you himself that, yeah, I should have done better. But the fight with Adelaide, I've got him edging as a favourite in that one. So, but we'll see how it goes. I think Solly's a better fighter than he has shown. So Adelaide fight is on time. Yeah, because Adelaide's gone up to British level. He's not there. So he's coming back down. This is when you look at the landscape for fights, they're sort of them pair, Adelaide and Dacres, are sort of like they're at the same level. So it's who's better than who pushes on. Should Adelaide be going into a fight? Because, Dacres is quite technical. Should he be going into a fight with him after a loss? Don't know. But it looks like he is. So we'll just have to see what happens. Dacres, Adelaide, 50-50. For me, same level. If Wardley was an opponent for Dacres, that's a no-no for me. Wardley would be a huge favourite. I'm going to agree with you on that one. I've watched Wardley from the very beginning, before a lot of them I've watched for a while, since before I set up the boxing channel. And what I like about Wardley is he doesn't really say much, but he shows what he can do. And I think this kind of like cloud that's over him is his lack of amateur pedigree. The fact that he came in as a white collar boxer, and you get this almost elitism. I went to private school, so therefore I'm better than you. And there's kind of like that elitism within boxing. The amateur, the GB squad, the Olympian. There's this pecking order, and then Fabio's come from like a white collar background, so he's like, one for a better word, the person that has had the more adverse upbringing, but he's doing so well. He improves. When I spoke to him, he broke down like the fight with David Adelaide. It was really good because I was saying to him, Adelaide just stopped countering, and when he was countering, he was only countering with one instead of trying to counter the counter and really push through. And Fabio was saying, yeah, it's like I was hitting him and I was waiting for the answers. I was almost like, okay, I need to see what he's doing. And he wasn't bringing anything back. So I thought, all right then, game on. And that's why you saw him really push forward on the front foot and eventually get the knockout. Fabio's a good boxer. He's a good professional boxer. And I don't know how long he's going to wait around with the British belt either. So I don't even think that he'll fight Solomon Dacres. To be fair, he's never given me or give the audience that impression that he wants to fight him anyway. It's like he's not really interested. Kind of like how Solomon is about Moses Atuma. He's like, I'm not really interested. I want to push on. That's the same energy I get from Fabio when it comes to fighting Solomon. So I can see possibly Fabio and Fraser fighting. And then I do believe that Fabio will move on fringe because he's really going up the levels. Another thing, and I know this is not the Fabio Wardley fan club by any means, but he's a businessman. I think he's intelligent. I like the way he looks after his career. I like his versatility. I like the fact that he can go and do commentary, or he can get in the ring and hurt people. Um, I think he's a good bit of British talent. He is managed by Dillian White, and that's another topic. I don't know what's happening with him, when we're going to hear anything about him. Is he going to come back? What's happening? Who knows? But yeah, Fabio Wardley. I think Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark, because it's the Olympian versus, the British champion. That's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a tough fight as well. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some news announced about that. No, I don't know anything. I'm just saying, yeah, I'd like to see that fight. So we'll see. I'm not sure, Basil. And what I need to do, and you've reminded me of something, because this 5x5, the 5v5, which is an absolutely fantastic idea. And I won't say that I've mentioned it already, but I have. I need to see the list of the fighters, because I was thinking, okay, when you talk about matchups, because I've seen a few people on X just literally throw names out of fresh air, like, yeah, this person, but I need to go through the list. So I don't know, Basil. I don't know. That's a bit of homework for me to do. Let's have a look. Raymond saying, I think Frank is a little pissed with Adelaide and he's throwing him in. Prove yourself, son. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's what you should be doing, right? As a fighter, if you're a competitor, do you not want to go in with somebody to take their spot? Do you not want to prove that you're better than somebody? Or is it getting to the point where fighters are not necessarily thinking, I want to challenge myself, I just want to collect some money and go home? So I think, yeah, that they should all be pushing on. They should all be looking to challenge themselves to prove why they are the best at the sport. That's the whole idea of having belts and championships. So Frank might be, I don't know. I could ask him. If I had time with him, I would have asked him. No, I wouldn't have done, actually, because I didn't think of that question, but that's a good question, Raymond, that I could put to him. Wardley beats Fraser for me. I think Wardley will start fighting the top 15 soon. I reckon that he's going to start fighting the top 15, Chris. I reckon it's a tough ask for Fraser, and I'm going to leave that one there. It is a tough ask. But I do think that it's time for Fabio to start. Yeah, remember he's fought Eric Molina. He's already fought people that have gone in with some champions. Jared Anderson, maybe mix it up with some of those guys, some of those prospects. We'll see what happens. How old is Wardley? I don't even know how old he is. Here we go. We've got opposition here now. I think Fraser beats Wardley, and it's a great dust up. It's a tough fight. But it's a tough fight. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see on that one. It's a fight that I'd like to see announced, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, talk about fights getting announced. Imagine Jai Opataya, the week of his fight, gets his belt taken off him. Yeah, we'll move on to the cruiserweights, because me and cruiserweights. I think that is my favourite weight division now. Cruiserweights and light heavyweights. Oh, we can touch on that as well. But anyway, so Jai Opataya gets his IBF taken off him because they're not happy with him fighting Ellis Zorro for that belt. They've got their reasons, okay? So Jai Opataya chooses the money. Thank God he did. He chooses the money and says, yeah, okay. And then they end up giving him the opportunity to win it back anyway. Can you imagine that? What was it? But anyway, IBF, I don't know how it works. But I thought that because they stripped Opataya, he'd be straight down to the bottom, like what they did with Richard Riatpur, because Richard Riatpur's right at the bottom. But they didn't. Apparently, the opponent that he was supposed to fight, and I can't remember his name, is now going to fight Gulamarian, who I thought was in Legal City. So that fight's going to happen. And now Brady's come straight back in. Good rematch. You have to remember that Brady's broke two sides of Jai Opataya's face. So when you think that this is just going to be another walkthrough, it could be a very tough fight. The only thing that's going against Brady's really heavily right now is inactivity, where Jai Apatai is having like 15 fights a week. So there's that massive margin. And that's the only reason why I'm saying Apatai is 100% the favourite in here and possibly will stop Marius Brady's. But we'll see. We'll see. We've just had Carice's opponent get into the ring, and now Carice is doing a ring walk. I do like Carice Artinstall. She's very good, very spiteful fighter. I've piped up a couple of times about her on the X when I've seen her name not mentioned in certain posts. She's a very, very good fighter, very focused, and she's into hip hop music as well. So I've got to shout out Carice Artinstall. I like her. People say, "Oh, she's quite stone faced and she's this and she's that." Completely opposite. She isn't. She's just not a fan of the cameras. I get it. You got to get used to that. This is your job, etc., etc. But she has said, like, fight week, she's nervous. And she spoke to me. She said that. Go back and look at our conversation at one of her post fights. She said she gets nervous. So she's not one of these that is, really outgoing and really wants to speak to everyone fight week. Everyone's different. But she's a lovely girl. I wish her all the best. And she's definitely a fighter that is one to watch. Her versus Sky Nicholson, I think, will be a good grudge match. I think Carice his eye is more on Sky than Sky is on Carice, but I think that'll be a good fight down the road. Let's have a look. Hi, Brian. When's the fight start? Mayer looks thicker set and looks too strong for Jonas, but a good fight. I think it's going to be about, what time is it now? I'm going to say about 9:30, Brian. I think the current model of the governing bodies is on its probably does need a little bit of a spruce up. Some of the rules and regulations may be updated, etc. But yeah, on the record boxing. Good evening. Ain't no walkover for Jay. Real tough fight. Brady has been about the block. He has. But inactivity, that's the only thing I think will sting him, is inactivity. But good evening to On the Record Boxing. Can't wait for Apatai Brady's rematch, to be fair. The only one to cause Apatai a threat, but a rematch could be different to the first fight. Apatai breaks him down and gets a stoppage. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one, to be fair. And yeah, it would be a great fight. Hopefully that happens down the road. Now that we get in, the majority of the promoters working with each other. No problem, Brian, anytime. Let's have a look. Yeah, they've just called out a name. She's a spiteful southpaw, this Carice is. Her and Sky will be a good fight to watch. Let's have a look. Yeah, that was... Oh, it's an 8-rounder. Featherweight? Girls are so light. I think I was a featherweight when I was 7. You know what? We can talk about that in a bit if you want. Right, here we go. Carice. Well, both of them seem to be fighting for the centre of the ring. Furtado seems to have it at the moment. Carice is on the back foot, but throwing out that jab of hers. The rangefinder, that's how we start off. Furtado's kind of bouncy on her feet, in and out. Keeping that guard up. Carice just hunting her down, takes the centre of the ring and pushes Furtado onto her back foot now. Furtado tries to throw a shot, and Artinstall jumps back. She's got those that jab hand out to parry the shot, to go straight in with the counter. You see her stance; she's not like this. She's like that, ready to parry, go straight for the backhand. You'll see that with Carice if you look at her style. Keep on saying Carice, it's Caris. Don't shout at me if you watch this in arrears, Caris. Yeah, we'll see. Let's have a look. Zach, good evening. Hey, James. Was I able to speak to Ben Shalom? No, is the short answer. I didn't go up to Liverpool, did I? I was supposed to go up for the boxer presser for this, but then I got invited to go to the Magnificent Seven presser, and I made the choice because I was dead set on getting Frank. So you could say that semi backfired because I didn't get what I wanted. But even if I did go to the boxer presser, Ben's not speaking to anyone. When was the last time you seen Ben do a um, interview that hasn't been on Talksport? He's not speaking to anyone, is he? Um, oh, she's down on the bell. Beautiful work from Carrie. So you see that timing, that backhand just pop. She's down on the bell. She's taking a seat. Hold on. Carice knocked her down already. Yeah, I was glad I spoke to Frank as well. And you know what, James? He's very pleasant. He goes, I said I'm gonna do you, and here we are, blah blah blah. He was lovely to speak to. But I like the old school. I'm a massive fan of the old school. So yeah. Why? What's he said now? What's he said? What's he said, Raymond? What exactly is Joel Gallagher's problem? Isn't he the most miserable? I don't know. I haven't really done any work with Joel. To be fair, I know he's brilliant for Natasha, but I haven't done any work with him. Um, so, and I haven't watched any of his recent conversations. I don't think this is going to go the distance. Um, yeah, with Ben. Well, there's a lot. There's the article that's come out. I think with the guy that was doing the cricket fixing, or went away, went on holiday for a bit. Obviously now he's an advisor of boxing. He's obviously linked to Joshua Boatzy. He's linked to Ben Shalom. It's all a mess. It's all a tangled mess. What else is there? And obviously Matchroom are suing Boxer for 7.7 mil, just a couple of quid. Was it 7.1 mil or 7.7? Can't remember. So there's all that going on. Going speaking with fighters when you're not supposed to be speaking with fighters, all of that. So they're claiming some losses and whatever. It's a mess. Looking from the outside in, it's a mess. Oh gosh, you're in the States, Zach. ESPN here in America just playing commercials. You know what? I went to New York, Zach. You know what I was really surprised about the commercials in New York is everything is telling you what drugs to take if you've got a backache or you've got this. I was really surprised because we don't get that over here. And it was like all of them, they were saying, and the side effects are death. Like it's like all different side effects. And then the last one was death. I'm like, what? And there were so many chemists. Fair enough, I was in New York, so I get it, tourists. But there was a chemist and a church. Those were the two things that seemed to be on every single corner when I went to America. And I was just really surprised because obviously never going there before, I didn't know what to expect. But the commercials were wild. I was like, oh my god! It's like, and then you know when you read the stories about people get addicted to like prescription drugs and all that kind of stuff. I'm not surprised with all the adverts that they're pumping out. But anyway, yeah, definitely a good start for Art in Store. Yeah, I don't know which part of the States you're from, Zach, but that was just my opinion. You know, such a mess. It's going to end up like a Coley. Yeah, a Coley. I mean, where is he now? Um, let's have a look. They haven't shown one round. They haven't shown one round. Oh dear, sorry. They've just had round two of the fight. Carris is up on the scores going into round three. as we speak. They've just showed Mikaela Mayer walking in, looking comfortable, hair braided back, fight ready, relaxed, calm. And now they're just about to start round number 3. Yeah, that was wild. So I know it sounds really odd, but I should have, like, one of the days I just stayed in for a couple of hours just watching the TV so I could see all the crazy adverts. I think I filmed it. I think I filmed it on my phone and kept it in there for, I'll have a look on this when I want to have a laugh one day. But that's normal for you, isn't it? Where, like, for like the Brits, it's absurd. Right, for Turdall's trying to come in with the attacks here, and Caris is just relaxed, bouncing them off. She's got a little bit of reddening to the middle of her forehead, though. Coming forward, throwing that backhand for Turdall's there, coming in with a flurry of shots. More confident now for Turdall. Glove, like, covering up and coming forward. But I think Caris likes that. But to be fair, I'd like to see a little bit more head movement from Caris. Oh, she got her with a nice body shot there. That caused her to stagger to the left. Good work from Caris, but equally, Furtado's in the fight. Reddening on Furtado's face, though. A 1-2 from Furtado. Caris on the back foot, but comfortably on that. She doesn't look like she's not comfortable. Moving from side to side, using that ring generalship, using the ring properly, covering up a little bit. I need some head movement from Caris, though. She pivots off the ropes, throws a beautiful shot to Furtado's chin with the jab hand, but it was a hook. Good work. Hook to the body, hook to the head from Caris, backhand. Throwing out meaningful shots. She tucks up, she walks forward, she creeps forward. Good work. Backhand again from Caris. Furtado tries to throw back, but out of range. Counters coming in from Caris. I think it just skimmed her face. Backhand went in from Caris. She got her there. 1-2. Got her again. Counters coming back from Caris as Furtado throws out the flurry of shots. Yeah, good work. But Furtado looks a bit fatigued, but there's a high punch output there. So, yeah. Let's have a look. Chris, what you saying? Hearn and Warren did have a back and forward. Saudi got them together due to money. Without, they'd be still going at each other. I think they both respect each other. Hearn doesn't respect Shalom. Yeah. It's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. It's the survival of the fittest. I get it, when you're the new kid on the block and, maybe you've got the seaters, you've got privileges, you've got the leg up and everything. You've got to prove yourself, haven't you? Eddie is like that. I'd say that, albeit I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a qualified journalist. I'm a fan with a camera that enjoys boxing, You have to prove yourself with Eddie, because I remember when I first met him, I thought, he don't like me at all. And I used to stand back and I'd watch and I'd listen. And obviously when I got speaking to him, and you've seen him, he's given me praise for the work that I've done, but you've got to work. You've got to prove your worth to him. And I think that's what he respects. And it's not just about you being a hard worker. It's about being you being good at what you do. So you've got to prove yourself. So when you say about maybe with him and the relationship that he's got with Ben Shalom, which is non-existent, maybe he just believes that, as Ben proved himself, is he, that guy? And I think that's what it is with Eddie. He's got criteria, and I could be wrong. Eddie, somebody could click this and send it to him and say, what the friggin' hell's she on about? But that's just my opinion. He likes hard workers, but you've got to be good at what you do, or he ain't giving you the time of day. He's just not doing it. He's polite, he's respectful, but nah. Let's have a look. Raymond, Shalom got his chance too early. He'll take his fall and come back. Can't see him getting a new contract with Sky. Who knows? I think what did they sign was it a 5-year deal or 4-year deal? Who knows what the future holds? none of us can guarantee anything. They are weathering a massive storm at the moment. Will they come through it? Who knows? Only time will tell on that one. If I could sit down and speak to Ben Shalom, I'd ask him loads of questions, but obviously I can't. Nobody can. And maybe you wouldn't want to answer certain questions anyway. So it is what it is. It will play out. It will play out, and then we'll see what happens. Let's have a look. The way that Furtado strides back into a corner, it's like she's knackered. Her face is marked up now as well. Yeah, Carice's done a nice number on her face. I think Mayer takes it tonight. I love Jonas, but Mayer may be fresh. Ooh. Ben's still got to prove himself to us, not just. That is true. That is true. It can't be easy being a promoter. I'll leave it as that. I can't sit here and it's like I'm on a high horse and yeah, if I was Ben, I'd do this, or I can't, can I? He's the one that's, you know, in the driving seat, but you've got to do your due diligence. Due diligence is something that you have to do before you make a decision, a business decision that could prove detrimental to yourself in the long run. Due diligence is key, but it is what it is. That's a funny comment, that is. Darren Robinson, good evening. I thought Jonas beat Harper, same. Mayer just over Alicia. See, I had Alicia winning that, but yeah, I get it. That one was that created so much debate. Just my opinion, but I think Natasha just got the edge, smashing the lives. I feel, yeah, if I don't do a live, if I have a week off, it feels weird because I'm so used to doing them now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate it. And thank you so much, Darren. I wouldn't mind seeing, I think somebody tweeted it today. Baumgardner, Mayer rematch. I'd love to see that. Because it was good last time. The lead up to it was good last time. It was really personal. I've met Alicia. I get on really well with her. She was one of these that was like, when I said, oh, blah, 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 because you're thinking, oh, she's an American fighter. She ain't going to want to speak to no small YouTube channel. That me always going in on the back foot. And I'll be honest with that. I'm quite happy to be honest and say that because I am a smaller YouTube channel. But Alicia was like, yeah, of course. She goes, I'm going to support you. You're a female in a business and blah, blah, blah. So I'll always, have that time for Alicia. Obviously, when the PED stuff came out, I was sad to hear it, but it seems as if now she's managed to disprove the test or whatever it is. And I've said it 1,000 times. I don't understand the drug testing in boxing. I have to study it. To me, it's a pass or a fail. You either pass it or you fail it. Black and white. They talk about strict liability, but there's so much of a grey area. And I've mentioned it before. I've said it before. If your tests are getting overturned, if you're a business and people are finding flaws with your testing, is your testing fit for purpose? That's a question that's got to be asked because people are paying thousands of pounds to companies to test them. And then it's like, oh, yeah, well, we can't really 100% say that it's true. So there's questions to be answered, but I'm no drug expert. And that's why I tend to keep out of it because I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to how much over somebody's supposed to be. That's why when I saw the Artur Beterbiev and they said slightly raised, atypical, or abnormal, what you want to say, but it's not a fail. And everyone's like, PEDs. So I just keep out of it. Alicia, anytime, she'll never lose. And that, you know what? That's the thing with Alicia, because she's pretty, because she's easy on the eye. People dismiss. They'll just absolutely dismiss everything. You still got to have a fair and transparent process, and she's done what she's needed to do to prove or to get WBC to clear her, whatever. And they're the one that signs up with VADA anyway. So um, the boss man. What do I think of the Sowlands? Have you interviewed Callie? I was surprised that Sky didn't replace Matchroom with the Sowlands. You know what, boss man? I've spoken to Callie a couple of times. You're obviously new here. I've spoken to Callie several times. Now, I've spoken to him a few times. I get on really well with Callie. He's a character. He's funny. He knows that people take the piss out of him, like with the thumbnails and stuff. And like, he knows, he gets it. He's lovely. I would like to see Wasserman really push their fighters some more. But I understand, or sometimes it seems as if Misfits takes priority. And that's just my personal opinion. As a fan of the sport, and it's quite interesting. You did say that. I'm surprised that Sky didn't replace Matchroom with the Sowlands. That's an extremely, really good point. Is that something that we could see in the future? What if, I'm not saying that it will happen. What if Sky think, okay, we want to work with a new promoter? Could it be the Sowlands? What will happen to the boxer fighters? There's so many questions, isn't there? But we're going to think positive, and we're going to think that boxers going to weather the storm. They're going to get through what they're getting through, and they're going to move forward. And that's me being positive. Yeah, Baumgartner's been cleared now. Well, we will potentially be seeing Taylor Catterall rematch. Yeah, I've seen that. They've been at each other's throats for years now, which was a robbery. Yeah, we should see Mayer Baumgartner, which another was it? You think it was a robbery? I thought Alicia won. Callie is funny. I think she has, but like I said, because I don't understand the drug laws in boxing. Yeah, free Alicia. See what I mean? James, are you doing what they say simping? Are you simping over Alicia? She is very pretty though. I am very well. How are you, boss man? And yeah, Alicia, she can fight. She's tough. Just like this one in here. God, we're in round 7. Oh, I forgot it's 2 minutes, isn't it? There's me yapping on this. Let's have a look. I thought Carris would have got her out of there already, She's coming forward a bit, isn't she? And you're going to look at performances, and you remember Sky Nicholson's last performance with... Oh, what was her name? There's me in names again. Sky fought last, and she fought Mikaela Mayer at short notice, and she did a good job considering it was short notice. Oh, can't remember her name. Anyway, you look at the performances. Sky got the stoppage. Sky said, she got the stoppage, didn't she? Because she was just literally boxing the girl's head off. Really good fight that was. I wouldn't mind seeing Sky Nicholson in the future against Mikaela. And the only reason why I'm mixing up all these names is because the females can literally just breeze through different weights. It's not that easy. I don't know how to do it. But anyway, they can breeze through each weight category. Oh, you say the nicest things. The check's in the post. Yes, it's in the post. In fact, where's Lotto this evening? Where's Lotto? Where's AP? Where's the regular? There's a couple of regular faces that are just I haven't seen in here. BH, are you good? Unfortunately, I have to miss Jonas Mayer. I have to take my neighbour some. That sounds very secretive. Enjoy your night out with your neighbour. Your secret's safe with us. Sky's another good fighter. I love the way she fights. Yeah, I do as well. To be fair, she's good. She is good. She's good. Sky's got very high IQ as well. That's why I think these pair would go at it quite well. Women's fights need to 3 minutes round. Yeah, but does it though? Because you know what? Because I'm used to watching 2 minutes, and I have done for a while. your brain's like automatically programmed to think, okay, don't get me wrong, it goes quick, and I'm like, oh, that was quick. But if there were to fight 3 minutes, would I be interested in the extra minute? Don't know. I don't know. Can they fight 3 minutes? Yeah. I think Natasha Jonas says that she always spars for 3 minutes when she spars. JJ. WBC. This is from JJ, by the way. This is not me. I'm reading out JJ's comment. Hi, Maurizio. WBC are ridiculously corrupt. Sadly, they are okay with the drug cheating if it means greater profits in the long run. You mean they're applying a business strategy that people do where they turn a blind eye, JJ? I can't imagine anything like that would happen in life, let alone business. I'm in the back with the. It sounds like you took AP's login. Take my. Oh, you shouldn't have spoiled it. You should have just left it. It sounded like really secretive and, what are you up to? Is this cold? Take my neighbour to a bakery to dumpster dive rolls to feed deer. Is that? I'm going to take that as cold because I need something to be exciting. Dumpster dive. That could actually mean anything, couldn't it? BH. It could mean anything. Feeding the deer. Good choice of animal, deer. Yes. Oh, Raul. What fight in the up and coming months are you looking forward to the most? Believe it or not, the fight that I'm looking forward to the most, and I know I haven't spoke about it enough, is Music Fury. Really looking forward to that fight because from the beginning, I always said Fury would win because I think Fury's got the mindset to really bully Usyk, and now we know that Usyk may struggle with the body shots. Fury, may have been able to utilize that, but then I don't know now. But I'm definitely looking forward to the fight. Definitely looking forward to it. Usyk is clever. He knows how to score points. He knows how to dazzle you, and he knows how to get you with the shots that you don't see coming, which is the shot that got Fury with Ngannou. It's just the ones that you don't see coming, the ones that you can't parry, the ones that you can't slip, the ones that are coming out of nowhere. You could, it's that literally that feint, that tap, 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 bang, or that tap, 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 then the bang, and it's the shots that you don't see coming. So that's the fight that I'm looking forward to because I see them both as really good boxers. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's heavyweights as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, people have said that. I've seen it as well. What about you, Raul? What fight are you most looking forward to? In the chat, Raul starts a very good debate. What fights are we looking forward to the most? In the ones that have been announced, we're not talking. I don't care about fantasy fights. That's something if it's not happening, I don't want to know. The fights that we know are happening or more or less been touted by the promotional companies, the broadcasters, that we're going to get those fights. I'm not saying change the rounds to 12 because it's different. Muscles to men, I want to see 3 minutes because scorecards are more harder. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I don't think did they say they were thinking about 2 minutes, but going up to 12 rounds instead of 10? I'm surprised this has gone to points, I know obviously Caris has got it, but I'm surprised this has gone to points. Well done, Caris. Hopefully I'll catch up with her next week. I like Jack Cullen. He's, I like, his North Face tattoo, whatever. I do. He's genuinely nice bloke. And you know what? It's nice to see as well. And I think this is a sentimental side. And you could say maybe this is the female nurturing mommy side of me. When a fighter falls over and they mess up and they lose, and then you see them get back up and they come back better than they were before, or they really get back into it. That's what I like to see. And that's what I've seen with Jack. So maybe that's why, I don't know, I like him as a fighter. Oh, we cannot not talk about this. 3rd of February. I think I might do a watch along for that, you know. I don't think I'm going. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind. It depends on the cost of the hotels. Um, yeah, I've got to look at it that way, because hotels are very expensive. The commute, not really that bad, but I won't be driving back. But yeah, that is a good fight, and it's another one where activity plays a key, and you've also got to think now. And fair enough, don't get me wrong, fighters probably like block out the social media, not listening to none of that. But we've got all of Boatsi's now got this other crap that's going on in the background. The other stuff where his name's been obviously called up in. So there's all sorts of stuff, and that may play into Dan Aziz's favour. I like both fighters. Dan Aziz is just a brilliant character. It was hard for me to hear that they were going to be fighting each other in the first place, but we'll see what happens. I can't call that one. I don't know. I can't even make my mind up on that one. Can't make my mind up. Fury gets stopped. Okay, you reckon that Usyk's going to stop him? Shit. You really think that's going to happen? I don't want that to happen selfishly because I want to see Fury AJ. So, but I scored it 5-3 to Arkansas with a knockdown. Good step up. Yeah, she gives her honest opinion, saying that she should have listened to her coaches a bit more. But I like Caris. Absolutely. I'm going to try and get her on next week. If I can get her to do a live, I'll get her on next week. I've got a lot of time for her. Which story? Because I've been waffling on for ages. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. The weasel. How you doing? We gave you a new name, didn't we? Call you like the lion because you came out with something that was really bold. I'm trying to think in my head what it was, but it was like the weasel wasn't suited. It was something like the great lion. I can't remember. But good evening to you as well. Right, I've got Chelly round 5. Have you put a bet on? I've got Chelly round 5. I saw vulnerabilities from Cullen despite beating Heffron. Chelly will exchange and have fire in his belly. Heffron didn't exchange enough. And it was really weird because Heffron's usually quite tough. But that was a beautiful win for Cullen, that was. AJ Ngannou is also interesting because the Ngannou is coming to win, unlike his other 3 opponents. Meow. Would you like to elaborate on that, Raoul? See, what I thought Wallin was up for it until the weigh-in. When I saw Wallin's face at the weigh-in, I knew he didn't want it. I knew then he started to backtrack. You know that mouth he was having. He was capping. you know when the reality hits you and you're thinking, I'm gonna get smoked. You know, probably shouldn't have said that. That was the body energy I had from him. Jermaine Franklin probably would have wanted to win. Hellenius, neither here or there. Remember, he was a short notice opponent who also tested positive. I said at that rate, they might as well just let Dillian fight him. But that's another story. Right, the way Collins win this fight is to win it later on. We will get Fury AJ regardless, in my opinion. Too much money not to make it, and I want it in the UK. Unfortunately, it's going to be in Saudi. Of course, it's going to be in Saudi. Did you not see Anthony Hopkins and Richard Gere? What are they doing over in Saudi at His Excellency's crib, having dinner. What? Of course, it's going to be there. I think the UK will become the filter. You know, when you've got like the small hall shows and then they filter and then it's like, oh yeah, we can put them on the big shows. I think the fights in the UK will become the filter to see. It's like an audition to see who ends up in Saudi. They ain't going to let go of this now. The promoters are making, you know what they say, we love a pound note. The fighters are making money. You know, I've seen fighters limping to presses and going into fights to get that dough. Listen, everyone's got a price. Bunsey tried to ask a question, and it was, if Fury wins this match with Usyk, will we see Fury AJ, or will we have to wait for a rematch? And that question was never answered directly. So that's the only thing that's holding it up. We've seen Lennox Lewis have some exchanges on Twitter, putting his 50 pence worth in him, and, you know, Eddie Hearn having a little bit of a two-in and a throw-in, and rematches can be a pain, and they're a pain for us as the fans. I'm not saying they're not paying for the boxers, but they're still getting paid. It's just us that are getting frustrated because we're waiting for certain fights to happen. Allows, you know, His Excellency has alluded to the fact that there will be a rematch, but the fight to make, and it's winner stays on. We talk about these are hypothetically. The Saudis have got this mentality, which I like, is winner stays on, the tournament style. Another thing that I did mention a while ago and I got laughed at about, but that winner stays on mentality, and I like that. So the rematch, we'll see. We'll see. I think possibly the rematch will happen because there's a possibility that they've signed for 2 fights, so it's guaranteed money. So why would you disrupt that unless what they're going to do, get offered more money to like wait? It's risky. It's risky. Just have the rematch and then move on. But we'll see. It's whatever makes the best business. Paul, how are you? Good to see you. I've no idea on this Jonas Mayer fight. First thoughts were Mayer, but now I'm clueless. It's one of them, isn't it? Paul Johnson, another horror fan. We often exchange I can't say tweets anymore, can I? We often exchange conversations on horror films that we've watched. He's a bit of a cinema guy, and he does a lot of fitness as well. He does these he doesn't do. He does the exercises, but he puts up YouTube like boxing exercises, like burpees, skipping, all of that stuff, and he does his bits and he does his running as well. So he's on Twitter. Sorry, he's on X, and he's a photographer. Fury don't want this fight, and has been backed into a corner, not living the life. We'll be knocking at his. Not living the life will be knocking at his door for this fight. Oh, dear God, don't say that. Raymond, we can't write him off. He had a bad night. He had a bad night with Ngannou. But what is questionable, and I'm going to put this out there, and I'm always open for you guys, your opinion and your criticism, because that does count. Up until Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder's opponents were okay, but nothing of the higher echelons. Louis Ortiz, arguable. Okay? When you look at Tyson Fury, his opponents, who would you say is like the most credible out of his opponents that he's had? You could argue they can only fight who is put in front of them. But when them two came together, you know, the top v the top, Tyson Fury showed us the chinks in Wilder's armor, which Joseph Parker went on to finish off. So that is why I am very, very interested in the Usyk Fury fight, because this will answer. Not only is it an iconic fight, not only is it going to go down in history as being made. With all that aside, We're looking at the fighters to see who is the best. If Fury puts up a fantastic performance and loses, we can't question him, can he? It's all right. If he puts up a better performance than Anthony Joshua but loses, we can't question him, can we? Really, can we? We can't, because Usyk's unbeaten, cruiser, and going into the heavyweights. Yeah, we can't question that. If he loses badly to Usyk, then that's when the questions start to get asked. Yeah, but if he wins and he beats Usyk, he's at the top of the tree because he's beat the man that no one could beat. So there's so many avenues, there's so many possibilities, there's so many questions to answer, and that's why that to me is the key. That's the pinnacle fight. That's the fight that I'm really looking forward to, and so much will be answered from that. And we need to see that fight. I don't want to hear any negativity about backing out, not happening. I don't want to hear any of that, because this fight needs to happen. And the fact that there's a possible rematch, if it's a total shutout, I don't know what they'll do then. But the fact is, there's a possible rematch. That has got to be the fight of the year for me so far, and then we'll see what happens with that. Anthony Joshua's got to get through Ngannou. Should he? Yes, on paper, yes, he should. But so should a Fury, like easily. He did. He got the win, but he should have got through him easily. And this is what I'm saying. It's heavyweight boxing. It's unpredictable. You've got a novice boxer, but an experienced mixed martial arts fighter. Jump in the queue. Forget rankings. Forget where your place is. And fighting a world champion. And now he's fighting a former 2 times world champion. Why? Because it's entertaining. Because it's like a gladiator fight, isn't it? And that's what the Saudis want. They want the blood, the tears, the gore. They want all of that. And that's where we are. Sounded a bit passionate about that then, didn't I? But to me, that's the fight for me. You did the lion, nice lippy. It's MAC. It stays on for ages. No matter what you do with this lipstick, it just doesn't come off. Tough fight for Jonas. Yeah, it is. It is. Franklin movement is like injured. What? For the recording, Chris Welsh has said Franklin's movement is like an injured seal. Hellenius' last minute opponent. You would face a last minute opponent. It's got no defense. Walling was very strange. He was up for it to the weigh-in. Yeah, he was shook. He was scared. Oh. Yeah, you know what? This is a good fight, to be fair. I'd like to think Dillian could fight in Saudi this year. And I know it sounds a bit crazy, but just for the banter. Him versus Derek Chisora again. Just for bants. Just throwing it out there. Thropple. Jan Bran. Good evening. I don't know if that was... I don't know. Raymond says AJ and Ngannou total mismatch. Well, it is a mismatch, isn't it? It's a dangerous mismatch. AJ is explosive and throws combinations. That's how you beat a novice. No chance. Ooh. I can't wait for that watch along, because you know that's going on in here. Kevin Costner. That's it. Not Richard Gere. Kevin Costner. He was in a few films back in the 90s. Where did I get Richard Gere from? Maybe it was his haircut. Kevin Costner played Superman's dad, didn't he? And Zach Chelly's left his dad, you know. He doesn't get trained by his dad anymore. He gets trained by somebody else. Has Dillian been cleared? I don't know. I'm waiting to hear. As soon as I hear and there's announcements, you know I'll be like trying to get a conversation with him. Dillian should be banned from the sport. How many chances? But he won't be. Let's let him back in and tickle his belly. I won't be tickling anybody's belly. No. Did you see the interview with Turkey? He seemed in a rush to get this fight done. because the age of the fighters in the money pool. I like the fact that he's in a rush to make them. Yeah, I think he looks at things, Paul, with a black and white view, doesn't he? He looks at it, like how us fans look at it and think, well, why doesn't he fight him then? Why is he? But the thing is, we're not in any power, but he's in power. So he can actually look at it and say, well, yeah, I actually want that to happen. So he's in that position, that very privileged position of power and money, where him looking at it as a fan, literally looking at it from our perspective and saying, well, why not make these? I get it. It's good. And he's he's making boxing great again. What's the vibe for him out in America, Zach? Do they like him out there? Or are they spitting feathers, as we say in the UK? Both Fury and Usyk are really good, but it showed weaknesses in their last. Yeah, spot on, and that's why it's such a good fight, Raul. It's such a good fight. Good point. Fury can't get in Usyk's head. No, he can't. I don't think anyone can because I think he's got the upper tire eyes, the eyes of somebody not of this world. Oh, there he is. I'm sending you hugs, AP. I'm sending you hugs. But you could say the same about AJ. Who is his best win? And that's why I said it's arguable that they fight who's in front of them. Um, a life and death with a well past his sell by date Klitschko, and the rest is a bunch of C and D listers. It's one of them. And AP, I alluded to the fact that he can only fight both of them, all of them, not both of them, because I was speaking about Wilder as well. They can only fight who's in front of them. But welcome, AP is one of my favourites, actually. I'm just going to put it out there. He's funny, he's witty, and he will troll the AJ fans to death. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He'll go on all night. But I like that because we are very diverse and inclusive here of everybody. Who's fighting next? You got Jack Cullen versus Zach Chelli, title fight. Oh, don't say that, Technique. I haven't been paying attention to female boxing. Doesn't really get much attention from me in general, unless it's Katie Taylor. And I get it. What is going to spark your interest? It has to spark your interest. What I would say, Technique, and obviously it's entirely up to you, is just start to watch them and see what you think. Don't write everyone off because there's good boxers and bad boxers, male and female. Female sports just kind of pushing through now, isn't it? Where we've got a massive talent pool of male boxers. Give it time, it will catch on. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me just have a look and see. I tell you what, my mouth is so dry. I've really got to slow down on this talking. See, not a marker lipstick. Here we go. Hold on a minute. So Zach Chelli, Jack Cullen. Let's have a look. They both come out quite fast, to be fair. Cullen is in the center of the ring. Lovely guard he's got, Cullen, where Zach has got the lead hand down and the backhand just slightly to under his chin, ready to parry, ready to fire that jab out. They're both flinching, feinting. Cullen throws out a leaping shot. Chelli goes straight in for the clinch. The ref separates the two. We are just shy of 3 minutes of round one of Cullen versus Chelli. Belts on the line, guys. Belts on the line. Cullen's not in range yet. He's not able to really land that jab, feinting out. Zach coming in, guns blazing, almost jumping into his shots, but no real impact. That he caught him then. Cullen caught Zach then. saw a little bit of a wince in his face, maybe. Let's have a look at his feet. I think he actually caught him properly. Let's have a look now. He's sharp. He's sharp. He comes back with a double jab. Double jab coming in from Zach again. He's landing. He's found his range. Colin's not found his range yet. Zach's able to get out, just literally lean out. We're talking inches. He's able to lean out of range. He goes in and throws a flurry and once again ends up in the clinch and the ref separating the two. I'm just having a look. Colin really trying to find that jab. He's not finding it. He caught him with a hook as Zach was coming in to throw a flurry of shots. Put my teeth back in. He's at the Jennings gym, isn't he? Jack Colin. Michael Jennings. Yeah, Chelly's landing some shots here. Colin did catch Zach with a shot to the body. He tried then to land an uppercut, but once again, Chelly is out of range. Interesting. The taller fighter struggling to get into range. The shorter fighter just throwing the shots in. Double jab coming in from Chelly. The clappers are going. We are coming towards the end of round one. Oh, it's a good bit of scrapping at the end. Good round. Let's have a look. Mind games are overrated. The only thing that matters is your own mind in the ring on the night. I say that to my husband every day. But you are right, AP. You are right. Turkey needs to fly 50,000 fans over there for free. We need some atmosphere. Can you imagine? The Brits will go over there. You just all get locked up. I don't even think some of you would end up coming back here, and I'd be one of them. That is one of the reasons why I don't think I could go, because I'm too verbal. And what if I accidentally swear? Well, thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Not much, but yeah, that is much. That's more than much. So thank you very much. Grab a coffee on the road. Turkey's very active now on Twitter. He needs to fly you out there. Great content as always, and keep going. You touch my heart. The cold heart warms up. Thanks, Paul. You ain't flying me out there. Yeah, it's good to see Jane Couch on there. I want to get her on as well, though, to be fair. Fury has fought 21. Two good fighters, Klitschko, Wilder, and White. Ooh. Poorly promoted, decent card this. When you say that it's poorly promoted, can you elaborate on that? Because it's just interesting that you say that, because at the moment, Sky and Boxer getting a hell of a lot of a bad press, bad credit. So what makes you think it was poorly promoted? Because I thought I'd seen all of their stuff come up quite regularly on my socials. But please elaborate. I might have missed something. What's going on in there? Huh? What have I missed? If people are going to criticize AJ's past opponents, then I have no idea how people can up the other heavyweights. It's one of them, ain't it? Like Raymond said, true. White v Wilder. Nostalgia. Remember when Wilder said he'd freeze him out? And he did. That's not a bad shout, though, John. And good evening. What are you pair on about, Zach? Is it easy? What are you pair on about? Oh, you two will get on just for... No, Miss AP's brilliant. Yeah, I agree. Good shout. Oh, Mr. Flash, how you doing? I hope Jonas wins. Mayer is good, though. Yeah, she is. Jane Crouch is good. Yeah, she's lovely. I'm trying to get her up, but she'd be a sit down. Jane, MBE, need to address her properly. It's a sit down convo, that is. Who has the weirdest fat? The thing is, I'm not very. I don't really like to criticize fighters because I couldn't do what they do. Um, but promoters have got very strange supporters. They literally take it really personal. But it's quite funny now because now that Frank and Eddie are working together, it's quieting down a bit. I think the promoters. I wouldn't. I think it's the promoters that have got like the promoters fans have got massive like rivalry. It's like matchroom rimmers or whatever. It's just really weird. But I just leave them to it because you're fighting for somebody that doesn't even care about you. It's odd. So I'd say that, Jan. Yeah, I think I'd fit in all right over in Australia because they do swear as much as me. Um, Boxer and Sauerland collab. Interesting. I think they tried that before, didn't they? I'm not even going to answer that one. Showing your age. Look, we like age here. This is the mature boxing room. I can, my videos. Hello, Aries Zodiac Boxing, which is the opposite sign to Libra. We're supposed to be. It's air versus fire. I haven't seen your videos in a while, but I miss your content, and I'll be checking you out more regularly. Sending love from the US. Oh, it's so nice when people abroad compliment my work. I do take that. It's very nice because you know that we're territorial, aren't we? So we do think that anything outside of our box is rubbish. So I'll take that. Thank you very much. My content is out there. People are saying that they're not getting notifications. I don't know. My stuff's still getting put out there. I do try and put content up as much as I can. So I don't know. Maybe you just have to I don't know, refresh the app. But thank you very much. And from the UK, sending love back to the USA. It's all about love. It's all about love in here. Raymond Jay should be a title. Yeah, she's funny as well, isn't she? Yeah, people do have favorite promoters. It's ridiculous. Like I said, they don't actually care what you think, but it's one of them. See, no promo for this card. Cullen Chelly is a great fight. No promo. I told you are great. Get Jane Couch. Get Jane. Yeah, I'd love to. But I think with Jane, I'd have to. That's a podcast. That's not, what I usually do. That's us two sitting in a room, putting the world to rights. Her telling me, the stories that she, was taking the British Boxing Board of Control to tribunal to be able to have women to fight, legally in the UK. She had to go to America to have it. She had to be on the roads because she wasn't allowed to fight as a female. I know she must have a bag of stories, and I would love to be the one to dissect her and take all of those stories out. Even so, some of the female fighters coming through can look at her as a real trailblazer for females in UK boxing. Yeah, for real. I'd love to get her on. But regarding the promo, I don't know. I'm just trying. You're making me think now because did I see the Zach Chelly Colin promo? Maybe I saw more of the girls. You're making me think now. Maybe you've got a point. Mr. A. Boxer and Wasserman need to pull their socks up in a major way this year. I don't know how, though. I can't disagree with you. It's one of them, isn't it? It's do or die. It's business. What do you have to do? You have to. One thing is you can have talent, but if you're not working hard, it doesn't matter. You can be somebody that maybe isn't even that talented, but you do things continuously. You have consistency in what you do. You are always there. Whether it's like a flipping bad smell or a bed of roses, you are there. And if you're not consistent, people forget. People are so quick to forget you. So yeah, Malcolm, bonjour. Have noticed that Johnny Nelson is now the media face for boxing for Sky. They're keeping Ben away from the media. Do you think? You think, Malcolm? I'll, t- I'll tell you what. Tomorrow, about 4 p.m., I'm going live again. It's not a watch along on a panel with Danny from Fight Fan TV, Base the Kid, that's got his own channel as well, and Maestro Miller from the US as well. I call him our US correspondent. All four of us are going live tomorrow about 4 p.m. These topics will be discussed between the four of us. So it's quite funny you should bring these things up, Malcolm. Malcolm, how do you know that we were going to be discussing such things? Been trying to go the Al Heyman route, staying in the background. You reckon? You reckon? You reckon? They should hire someone to yap off like Hearn and Warren. You do if you've got two people that are really gung ho on the, you can't always let your fighters do the talking, like you said, the Al Heyman route, where maybe you can let his fighters do the talking. Sometimes you've got to be up there and you've got to put your foot down and say why you're the best. The rivalry, like I said, with Matchroom and Queensbury has been going on for years, for decades. But it's good because guess what? You want to be better than the other one. You want to outdo them. So that competition, it works. So we'll see. Paragliding lessons. Paragliding lessons. Paragliding lessons. I don't know with you because you could mean anything. And you might even be sitting at home laughing and saying, this dumb cow doesn't get what I'm talking about. But paragliding, I don't know with you. I think promoters who support boxing rather than exploit the sport can be liked more than the other. In my mind, then working together is the best way. Yeah, obviously it's good for them to work together. It is. Because this 5 versus 5 is going to be phenomenal. Because guess what? It's personal. They're not going to want their fighters to lose. So guess what? They'll be putting the best v the best, won't they? So, when they were saying we need competitive fights, we need our fighters going into 50-50. We're moving away from this, blah, blah, blah. Well, now's the chance to show it, isn't it? Because you're not going to put crap in there, are you? Because guess what? You don't want your stable looking rubbish. And what, they're set to announce the card by March. Pressure's on, but good. Because guess who wins? The fans. Fair enough. I hear people going on about Saudi and the atmosphere and stuff. I don't care. Uh, if the fighters were complaining about that atmosphere, because like the cheering and stuff that you get from the home fans and stuff like that, if they were coming out with, to be fair, if they were coming out and saying that, then yeah, I get it. But I don't need the atmosphere of the crowd for me to enjoy watching boxing. So I'm not really bothered about that. But I know that's a bit of a bugbear. There's people that still like to travel, and obviously it's going to be expensive to go over to Saudi. But if we're going to be realistic, we're not going to. I can't see us seeing the key or the upper echelon fights happening in the UK at the moment. We can see like the next gen cards, the ones that are filtering through. And like I said, it's almost your audition. I really would like to see some females fighting out in Saudi. I mentioned it to David, because David Ganser, part of 258, I was like, look, you've got female fighters. Could we get Shannon Ryan out there, fighting in Saudi? It'd be nice to see. But early days, I guess. I like speaking to Frank Smith. I mean, I spoke to him the other day, but I was just really shocked about his haircut because I said he reminded me of James McAvoy in Split, and that went down like a lead balloon. But yeah, I don't mind. See, with you, I just never know. I never know with Mr. A. No, sorry, AP. We've got Mr. A in the chat. He popped in earlier. Anyway, where are my manners? I'm Abs of October Red, and this is the watch along for Jonas versus Mayer. You do have to, please forgive me. I've been waffling over the fights again. I should be doing commentary. We're on round 5 of 12 of the belt fight, the championship fight for Cullen versus Chelly. And I'm here talking boxing politics. So I do apologise. Let's have a look. Fury always gets himself up for the big fights. He pumps in the body shots and leans on Usyk. Fury wins by stoppage. Easy money. It'd be good if he did. Look, I'm a fan of boxing. So that is the fight. That's the fight I want to see. That is the fight where my eyeballs will be popping out of my head like stalks. Not that they aren't already, because that is a very interesting fight. I know, sorry. But that's what he reminded me of, because I really liked that film, because it was brilliant, because he had multiple personality disorder. And I understand he's not a nice person, but that's the first thing that came into my head. You know, when, you know, Patricia, when he's like got the female alter ego. He's like that strict school teacher. That's what I thought. Anyway, Eubank Jr. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Brooke was retired. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to put your comment up, Mr. A. I'm not doing it. No. You may discuss that in the chat, but I will not be putting that up. I love Kel, but it's a complete mismatch in Eubank's favour. I don't know. I don't know. We seem to be jumbling up fighters, and there's no real clarity with that. So I'm not too sure. I'll leave that one out there. I just made the assumption that Chris Eubank Jr. would have wanted to fight out in Saudi because he's a money guy, isn't he? And that's where the money is. So I don't know. But it's who the Saudis want out there. They are specific. Has anybody been watching this fight and scoring it? Because Colin's face is looking a bit battered. He's breathing easy. He looks like he's in pain. What's happening? Hold on. Let's have a look. We're in round 6. Straight into the clinch. Ref separates the two. Colin walks in, high guard. Still trying to throw out that jab. Considering he's so long and rangy, really he's having problems trying to get to him, isn't he? So you're saying that Chelly's up? Yeah, fair enough. How high will the waistband of Jonas be? Any thoughts? It's a joke. And that is from Dylan Gibbs. Good evening, Dylan. And thank you for your comment. I think Mikaela brought that up, didn't she? And to be fair, oh, hold on. To be fair, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I do think it's something that Mikaela has brought up. So we'll see what happens with it. I want Eubank to fight for a world title shot, like he loves telling us. Not interested in his poker and hotel nonsense. Yeah. they're living the life of a boxer or letting your fans see the life that you're living. When we want to see fights, I guess sometimes, from a fan's point of view, it can get frustrating. So I hear that completely. 4-1 to Chelly. Yeah, he looks that way because he seems as if Cullen just can't really get his shots off. And his face looks a bit peppered, considering he's a taller fighter as well. Yeah, Chelly. Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't. When you say it doesn't like fill you with excitement, does it? When you think about fights, what fight fills you with excitement? What fight just brings a little tear to your eye? Who does that now? And I suppose that's where you go down the lines of possible. I'm not talking about people that are dead and retired. I'm talking about the now fights. What now fights make you think, I'm up for watching that? Well, it shows that I can pull an audience. And I need to be watching the boxing as well. So yeah, that makes the two of us. Yeah, with the grey hair and the North Face thing. Let's have a look. Here we go. Just messy. Ref giving them a tap. Split up, guys. Colin is frustrating all the work of Chelly. Yeah. Oh, that was a nice jab hand from Chelly to finish off the round. I was saying earlier that it would have been nice to see. It's nice to see that Colin's coming back, but it looks like Chelly's the one that's doing it for this. But we'll see what happens. Has the full Boatsi Aziz card been announced yet? That was what I was thinking about the other day. I know lovely Fran Hennessy's on it. And please forgive me if I've forgotten who else is on it. I know Fran's on it. Oh, Ben Whittaker's on it. That'll be good to see Ben Whittaker back out as well. But I'm just trying to think who else is on it. Let's have a look. What's Jennings saying to him? Round 7 now, guys. Chelly pushing through. We're trying to push through with the jab. Colin's got that high guard looking to flick out the jab. Still not landing it properly. Skimming the face of Chelly. Chelly then getting through the guard of Colin. More meaningful shots coming in from Chelly. Colin throws a backhand. Doesn't land. Colin really trying to... You can see he's trying to get in. He's got lovely movement, Jack has, but it's just not really doing anything. You're doing these shapes. When are you going to go in? You've got to go in for the attack. You can't wait. Just waiting around for... Oh, beautiful shot from Chelly then. Right on the chin. That wobbled Colin. If he gets in with another one of them, he's going down. Yeah, he'll be going down if he catches in with another one of them. Chelly's timing's really good. I don't know how they're saying this could possibly be 3-3. Both of them in the clinch, trying to fight on the inside, just ends up messy, tangled. Ref separates them, moving them both off the ropes. Once again, back in the clinch. Nice little jab from Colin as the ref separates them. You gotta just work. You gotta work with what you've got. Colin coming in, still holding his shape. Zach managing to push through. I think, what was that, a triple jab? 1, 2, 3. Got through. Colin's nose looks quite bruised as well. Once again, Zach gets through with the shots. Both men in the clinch. Colin spins him off, tries to get in a short hook. We've got some left hooks then landed from both men. This is what I thought I'd see more of this. You see that inside fighting then, toe to toe action. This is what I was expecting from both of them, but in short bursts, we're getting that because they're ending up in the clinch, and it's not what I expected. But like you said, Chelly's got a different trainer now. He's not with his father anymore. Can't remember who he said his trainer was. I spoke to him the other day. But yeah, let's have a look. Oh, Base, good evening. I'll see you tomorrow. I've just about lost interest in boxing. I'll watch the Undisputed, then AJ Fury if that happens, and I'm done with it. There's no one else I'm interested in following their careers. You know, that's such a sad thing to hear. That's a real sad thing to hear because I know you're a true boxing fan because you've spouted out stuff historically about boxing and you know you can go through the fight. So it's sad to hear when the fans start to speak like that. And you're not going to be on your own. If you're saying that, there's going to be plenty of other people thinking the same thing. Conor Ben's just put out a tweet to Kell Brook saying stay retired. But of Saturday night, back and forth, incoming. Hmm. Yeah, it's a shame that fight flopped with them pair, isn't it? I was looking forward to that fight because I watched their fathers fight. And yeah, I guess there was a massive disparity in the weight, and yeah, there was all of that stuff, and then obviously the failed tests and everything else that came with it. But I really did want to see Eubank Jr. fight Conor Ben. I really did. The casuals in me. Good evening, fight fan. I shall see you tomorrow too. We have plenty to discuss. Like I was just saying to Base, a lot to discuss. Because X has been our friend. There's so many things going on there. So don't forget tomorrow to join us live from about 4 p.m. I've got a couple of commitments in the day, but I should be back nicely for 4 p.m. Let's have a look at this. More or less of the same. And my brother, shout out to my brother, because you're probably watching. I know he's watching this because he's just sent me a message saying, this is my big brother, so shout out, big bro, that this fight he's not impressed with. But I won't tell you what he actually typed. But the message has just flashed up. Thank God I haven't got screen share on. Yeah, it's a messy fight, isn't it? It's a messy fight, but Chelly seems to be getting off the better shots. But this will go the distance. Oh, I tell you what then, while this is running, we've got Chris Billum-Smith versus Riatpur. The rematch. Those of you that have been watching boxing for a minute, you know that they fought before. Split decision win for Riatpur. Some say that Chris Billum-Smith should have got the win. Whatever. I'll leave that up to you. Down to personal opinion. That fight's going to happen. Of course, it's going to be in Bournemouth because it's the hometown, because they've built up a fan base for Chris Billum-Smith. But, and this is just me speaking hypothetically, that would have been good to put that on an undercard. Hear me out. On the undercard of Opataya Bradis. Because obviously you know what can happen from that fight. You know Opataya. We all know Opataya. He's chasing the belts, isn't he? So whoever wins out of that fight would have to face Opataya. would have to face Opataya next. So, albeit, yes, and this is all credit to all of Chris Billum-Smith fans that he's got in Bournemouth. all of Richard Riakpor's fans that he's got anywhere that are traveling to come and see him. Look, I'm one of them. I'm a fan. But if you think about the money that the fighters could make if they were on that undercard out there in Saudi, then or wherever. Where is the fight actually? Is it in? Yeah, the undercard. Of course, it is. It's on the Fury undercard, isn't it? They should fight on that card, in my opinion. But I know it's short notice now. But they both could have had enough time to fight on February the 17th, couldn't they? And they would have made more money. I'm sure the purse would have been bigger. And then it builds then, because they're all in the same room, and it builds that unification fight with Jayapataya. So yeah, interesting. It's an interesting fight. Both fighters, both Riakporhe and Chris Billam-Smith have improved over time. They have. So it'd be interesting to see how the rematch goes. I'm going to edge towards... keep doing this. I always do this. I end up plugging out my laptop thing and then the battery's going to go on 1 second. I'm going to edge towards Richard Riakporhe winning that fight, because I've been around his sparring, I've watched his fights, I've been there, sat ringside, and I know what his power shots are capable of. I've seen it. I've seen people jump in the ring to save their fighters. He's powerful. He's not as quick, like, say, for example, as Opataya. Opataya is very quick. But he's very, very powerful. So I'm going to edge towards him as the favourite, and that's got nothing to do with my biases. We can look at the performance that Chris Billam-Smith had against Masternak, who came to win. Let's make no bones about it. Was Cullen on his knee then? But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But it's not going to be in Saudi, it's going to be in Bournemouth. But yeah, I can see that fight happening. Next. Watch boxing from being 6 years old. It's time to trade that valuable time in for something more worthwhile. I'm learning the piano. You're learning the piano? I bet you're a vile to teach. I bet you're an absolute pain in the ass to teach. Yeah. I bet you send... Do you remember like the Pink Panther where he has... he's got his superior and he sends him like just mad, and he ended up in a mental home in one of the episodes. Do you remember? And then the Pink Panther still... That, to me, that's what you do to someone. Now I'm showing my age. You want to see Richard Riakporhe put CBS on orbit? Really? God, I wouldn't... Yeah. We'll see. Because then we've got the winner of... I can't remember his name, but the one that's fighting Gulamarian. So we've still got Gulamarian in the mix as well. Cruiserweights are exciting. I do believe that Opataya does collect the belts. I do believe that he collects all of them. And that's just me being honest. He's aggressive, he's quick, and he's bionic. He's practically half metal. He's not even like fully human tissue anymore, is he? Because of all the different surgeries that he's had. He's got a metal hand, metal ribs, metal jaw. He's going to be a tough... He's going to be a tough one. He's going to be a tough one to break down. I hear him mentioning that he'd probably go up to heavyweight. He'd be a very small heavyweight. But we'll see what happens. But I do believe that he easily will unify and get all the belts, to be fair, in cruiserweight division. I believe Jonas wins by split decision. Good evening. Chatting with Yemi Babatunde. Late stoppage, possibly, but unlikely due to Mayer's skill set and movement. Interesting. Raul, back on that topic. Opataya is levels above CBS and Riakporhe, though. You see what I mean? I bet you've been giving her nightmares. Nightmares. I'd love better be able to face Opetaya at cruiserweight. As Adam Smith would say, that's a mouth-watering fight. I wonder if he's coming back. What's he doing? I think he said he's getting more involved in maybe mentoring and stuff. Because we saw him at a couple of matchroom fights, didn't we? And you thought, oh, is he going back over there? Ooh. And then he's gone quiet again. Um, and you can see that he's lost a hell of a lot of weight, but he's on recovery, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Love those films. I shout out Kato from time to time when people are mithering me and they don't have a clue about what. Yeah, that was insane. Imagine that the guy just like has to randomly attack him, so he's always prepared for the unexpected. What a mad film! What an insane film. Who hates flying? Oh, now I've missed it again. I keep doing this. I'm trying to concentrate on this fight and I can't, and I'm so sorry. I just can't get into it. AP, last week, I can say this now. You said to me, "Who's that walking behind you slowly?" My house is a bit haunted. So it's quite funny that you said that. Because yeah, I've had some creepy stuff happen in my house. But the thing is with me, because I'm a bit of a horror freak, it doesn't really bother me that much. But it was so weird that you said it. Hmm. You sure it's not you that's been stalking my house? Never mind. What is it? I'll name this account later about the Christmas lights. Zach, you know what? You might as well have watched all your adverts for the amount of information you're getting out on me. Listen, the next fight, I'm going to be extremely professional. You will find this with my watch-alongs. Sometimes I get distracted if I can't get into the fights. And you know what? I like to engage with you guys as well because you're taking your time. You could be just watching the fights. You ain't got to be on here. So I like to engage with you guys. So you could say that I'm trying a little bit of multitasking. Do you know what I mean? I can't do this without you. Even though before I was doing watch-alongs, I would literally be sat by the TV doing my own commentary anyway. And then possibly doing updates on Instagram. So yeah. So if you've just joined, welcome. I'm Abs of October Red, and this is a Jonas Mayer watch along hosted by me. It's not been much of a watch along. We've more or less had a boxing discussion, or I've more or less had a boxing discussion with myself, because if you're watching this back, you might not even be able to see the chat, so it just looks like I'm being very random. But it's been an enjoyable evening, and I'm grateful for all of you guys that have tuned in, have stayed, have thought, oh, bore off, doing a bit of jumping in and out. I don't know, you might be watching Misfits, clipping your toenails, who knows? But I'm grateful for the ones that are here and that have stayed to listen to me waffle on. Make ghost hunting videos. Nah. If you not watched like Paranormal Activity and The Conjuring and that, listen, I'm one of these people that do believe when you say ghosts and stuff, like energy residue. I'm going to say it the posh way so I don't sound like my marbles have completely rolled out of my head. So yeah. I started being very, very morbid after my mum died. That's when I started to really have a deep dive on horror films. You never know. You never know. And I won't say that because I always feel like I'm being rude if I say that. So I'll say traveler's intuition. All right. I don't like the G. Fair enough if you want to say that. It's fine. But I won't say that. It could be traveler's intuition. When I had one of was it one of my 17,000 kids? I can't remember which one it was, but I had a traveller lady come up to me and tell me about what was going to happen with one of my kids, and she was spot on. So I do believe in all that stuff. Because she had plenty of kids to choose from, but she chose a specific one and she was right. So there is intuition. Some people got really good intuition. Are these two still hugging each other? I just need the main event to start. I need the main event to start now. We are round 11 and we've still got a minute and a half. Is that, in Japan? Is that they have that forest out there, don't they, where people choose to take their own lives? There's like didn't they make a horror film about that? I love Japanese horror films, like the original ones. I'll watch Japanese horror films with subtitles. Um, they see ghosts all the time, like it's normal. Oh, so you mean they're more open about talking about stuff like that? Well, to be fair, the UK was, because look how many. I'll just say, look at the historic buildings that we've got in the UK and what they're linked to. So there was a lot of paranormal studies going on over here in the UK. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't, because it's rude. I find it rude because it's a derogatory term. I wouldn't. If you want to say it, then that's fine. But I wouldn't. I just feel like I'm being disrespectful. I don't like it. Past relatives. Yeah. Yeah, understandable. Fair enough. So it's seen more of a cultural tradition rather than let's make a TV series out of it. Yeah, I get that. Well, that could be cultural anywhere, couldn't it? I don't even know how we've got onto this. Oh yeah, it was AP last week trying to scare me at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And they say that's a witching hour, isn't it? Was it 3, 4 o'clock? Is it? I've been to a couple of clairvoyants of Irish descent. And they've been quite good. I haven't been to one in years, but like I said, I think after I lost my mum, I think I went on a bit of a hunt for answers. So I don't really scare that easy. Put it that way. Thank God it's the last round. I never thought I'd say that, but thank God it's the last round. Are we going to see something here, guys? Are we going to see something here? 10 seconds down. Awkward fight. Both in the clinch. What again? Ref separates the two. Zach's got both of his hands down. To be fair, so was Colin. Still a guard, but at least he's getting inside. They're both actually going at it at the moment, but still ending up in that clinch. Such a size difference between the two. Yeah, sounds about right. Leave us ladies alone. Once again, clinch, clinch, clinch. Ref separates. Yeah, we've got Dave Caldwell on comms saying it's been a hard fight and a lot of rounds have been hard to score. Or at least he's been watching it. But then again, he's getting paid to do what he does, so fair play. He's got who's he took on? He's took on a fighter, hasn't he? Recently, he's took on a fight. I can't remember who it is. Put up on his social media. I wonder if Ebony Bridges is still with him as well after her loss. She was really good with Mark Tibbs. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. You lovely girl, Ebony. Oh, I can't imagine what it's like to just lose your belt as well. Oh, Camilo, how you doing? Camilo, hit him up if you like your social media. Have you got a project? Are you a business? Do you need your social media built? Camilo is a cameraman. He edits. He makes really good films. So hit him up, as the name is. I believe that's his social media, and you can inquire about his business there. He's produced a few music videos and he's worked with fighters as well. So I don't know if you're watching, you might not be commenting or whatever, but if you want some work done, hit him up. He's good. Good guy. One of the good guys. These two still going at it. Being more aggressive. We've got 14 seconds and it'll be the first time I'll say on air that I want this to hurry up and finish. Yeah. It's like that bad date you go out on, and you're just like, yeah, let this be over now. When you thought there were going to be something different, exciting even, and then it just ends up disappointing you. Right, Chris. Chris is being very studious. He is saying 9-3 to Chelly. So thank you, Chris, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know. Yeah, look at the state of Jack's eye. Let's have a look. Let's see what the scores at the doors will be. Oh, we're getting the main fight coming up next. What time is it? 10 o'clock. I hope they don't drag this out to start at 10:30. I've got swimming and yoga in the morning. Let's have a look. Have you never had a disappointing date, Zach? You can't just be women. Men must have disappointing dates as well. When it's like, when you're just like, yeah, this is good. This is going to be the championship round. It's going to be great. And it's like, oh, just go away. Hurry up. Anyway, I knew it was going to go back in the gutter. This happens with me. Chelly looked good under new trainer. Cullen took too much punishment. Yeah, he did. He did. Okay. Johnson's got it 116 to 112. Okay, fair enough to Chelly. Well, it is what it is. We'll see. They're doing the advertisements now for the main event, showing reruns of their fights, snippets of their interviews with Sky. You'll get used to me. Sometimes I can be really professional, but today I'm feeling slightly mischievous. If you follow my social media and watch my stories, you will know that about me. So this won't be a surprise. Here we go. Scores at the doors. We are back in the zone. Here we go. Howard Foster 116, 113, 116 to 112. Unanimous. Yeah, Zach Chelly's done it. Took his belts. British and Commonwealth Super Middleweight Champion. He's done it. Colin is gutted, but congratulations to Zach Chelly. Imagine that. Imagine. I'm happy being single. So I don't. Chris, you're single. How long have you been single, Chris? Do you mind me asking? Is that if that's too intrusive, I'll back off. Are men ever really single though? Or do you have like these I like to call them like little flames that you've got, like your back burners, like you've got your main oven hob, you've got your main rings, your main gas fire rings, and you've got a couple of little, you might have your peas and your vegetables simmering away on the back. Sorry. Zach Chelly won. Mr. A. I've had AP. I've had loads of disappointing dates in the past, but you've just got to make the best out of a bad situation. Know what I'm saying, lads? Anyway, uh, if Ebony Bridges can reclaim her title, how do you think Ebony Bridges versus Ramla Ali plays out? Ooh. The thing is, Ramla Ali is quite vicious as well. Ebony Bridges is come forward, well, she was a come forward, constantly, aggressive, pushing that work. Would Ramla Ali, how would she fare under that pressure? Interesting. But boxing skill, I'd probably say Ramla is actually like more accurate with her shots. Are they in the same category? Weight category? Because I never take any notice of the women's one. You've always been single. Oh, should I be happy for? Are you happy though? Are you happy? Are you happy being single? As long as you're happy, that's fine. Like when you say you're single though, do you you do go out on dates and stuff, don't you? You still mingle and have dates. You must have dates. Sorry, it's not an agony aunt stream. You turned into an agony aunt stream. No, I'm just look. When the boxing doesn't catch my eye, oh, his dad's there. When the boxing doesn't catch my eye, I do drift off onto other topics. Chris, you're getting props here. He's saying, Chris, good man, live your life, mate. That's what I'm thinking. He's a city boy. He must have a few of them on the... Right, doesn't matter. Right. Dating is different now. It wasn't like this in the 90s. We were far more feral in the 90s, but we were secretive about it. Now, everyone's feral and loud about it. There's a difference. Chris. Okay. I've asked enough questions now. I'm happy. As long as you're happy, you've got better things to do. Are we that bad as a species that you just don't even want to date? No, Chris Welsh is a respectable member of the British community that doesn't need to be in a relationship or have dates. He's happy. And if Chris is happy, I'm happy because he's one of my regular tuners in, subscribe. I don't even know if Chris is subscribed. I'm going to make the assumption that he is, but he's one of my regulars. So we will not have no further comments on what Chris does in his spare time. I like dates for the boxes. I like dates for the boxes. Oh. You can have the name the weasel back now. You can have the name the weasel back now for that comment. You can have that back. A watch YouTube all-time boxing scene. Anything come across you and I'm thinking about Tinder downhill in Newcastle area and goes to yeah, sorry. Well, you know what? We've got variety here. We're not going to be boring. One thing I will not tolerate: monotone, boring rubbish. I won't do that. You're a long time dead, everybody. Tomorrow isn't promised to anybody, and it's good to have a laugh. We're all internet friends in here, aren't we? We're not saying anything appropriate, anything, derogatory like that, but we can have a laugh. Life is too short. Every other day I'm waking up to hear that somebody's ill, somebody's gone, somebody's on their way out. So if we can just have a couple of hours watching boxing, laughing like we're down the pub with each other, the virtual pub, then I'm all for it. Life is too short. It's just, honestly, it's just far too short. But yeah, UFOs. I mean, I like UFOs. We can talk about UFOs. He's taking back the trophy. The only dates I care about are on the calendar. Oh, Brian, welcome. I've had a few people unsubscribe actually. They don't like me very much anymore. They've they've changed their minds. But yeah, always welcome. Come and go as you please. But yeah, life is too short. What's David Caldwell said? I've been disgusting tonight. The next one that we're doing, the next watch along that we're doing, I will focus more on the boxing. I will. I'll be more behaved. Oh, you mean? Oh, I get it. I'm with you now. You know what you need to do? You need to start calling me Trigger because sometimes it takes me ages to clock onto what people have just said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can't be boring. We can't be boring here. Um, See, the Americans are saying they weren't impressed, so they're okay with my humor, my whatever, keeping you guys entertained, carrying a audience of you. What are you curious on, Jay? Is Jay going to spice up the chat? What are you curious on? JJ, sorry. Why is it JJ times two? Is it just JJ? What are you curious about? Or are you just curious? It, I mean, we're all friends here. Do you feel like you need to get something off your chest? What? No, I said the same. I asked David Ganser from 258, who is like a direct link to the Saudis, and I said, "Look, are we going to start to get some fights?" And he said, "Like for now, there's none down. There's none like written down that are going to happen, but things are changing out there." So it wasn't really a yes, but it wasn't a no. The only thing I can do is just hope that we see, because we know that Ramlas fought out in Saudi, but it was under obviously a different umbrella, wasn't it? It was the whatever umbrella AJ was fighting on before. So we know that Ramla Ali has fought out in Saudi, but under this management, under is it the General Entertainment Authority? We need to find out if they're going to be housing female fighters. See, I feel like I've been professional for a second then. I hope that I hope that answers your question. And no, no, I need people to pull me back into line. Otherwise, I'll just go off like a 10-foot beach ball flying down a beach, knocking everything over and being very chaotic. So no, it's good that JJ brought me back in the room. I need to be brought back in the room sometimes. Um, Does it make any sense to you that a fighter fails their drugs test to be found not guilty, but yet still gets suspended? Then there is no clarity on the decision. This is Baumgartner's situation. I spoke about this earlier, Aries. Um, None of it makes sense. And I mentioned, is there a possibility that the agencies that we're using, if we're going to refute results all the time and be able to overturn those results, are they then in fact fit for purpose? And this is something for, obviously it's way above my pay grade because I'm not getting paid. But I'm just saying this is something for the the boxing business side to really start to clear up. There needs to be an overhaul, and I think it needs to be looked at, because I don't want to be paying so much money in fees um, for if I'm fighting an opponent, they end up not passing a test, they end up with a fail to only find out that the decision may be overturned. So it's one of them. I don't know. I'd like to try and get Alicia back on the channel though, so I'll see what she's up to. AP says I like all the Saudi rules in it. Well, you clearly don't like me very much if you're saying that, because I wouldn't last 5 minutes, would I? Can you imagine my humour? No, no. You know when they drag this out, they're going to drag this out till 10:30, aren't they? Danny, good evening. How you doing? Well, Fight Fan. It could be both. It could be Danny or Lex. I don't even know which one it is. Fight Fan TV. If you're not subscribed, go and subscribe to Fight Fan TV. They've got a podcast studio. They do proper podcasts where they sit down and have in-depth conversations with their guests. You know, they've got that set up on lock. So you want to head over, subscribe, support fellow channel. We like to stick together, and we'll all be getting together tomorrow at 4 p.m. So come back here to our virtual room where we'll be discussing boxing. We'll be discussing all sorts. Just having a little bit of we can't really say barbershop because I'm here. Could we say hairdressers, supermarket? Don't know. We're having a discussion on the sport itself. Oh, it's Danny. Good evening, Danny. Zach, I really think they are competing with this. Who do you think's competing with it? The Saudis? Oh, you mean the timings for this? I don't know because I haven't checked over on the Misfits because I've been watching all of this. But shout out to DTG, DTG. Yeah, shout out to him that knocked down Miles Raksu. I think it was in round 2. Lovely kid. The Saudis are more liberal. You think so? Are they? So, but then that's me doing a stereotype. Then liberal. You're capping again, ain't you? You're trying to draw me out. You always try and draw me out on here. I'm not your piano teacher. That's a nice outfit that Mikaela's wearing. So, it's like a burgundy. I'll tell you what. Behind the gloves, haven't got a oh, Brian, you can come again. Yeah, you can come again. You can come again. As long as you say His Excellency, you'll be able to. No, I don't. Look, that's his title. That's what I'll address him as. If what that's his title, it's in his kingdom. It'd be very disrespectful of me not to address him as his title. I won't. I'm not into ridiculing somebody because I think, oh, how dare you? That's his name. That's how he's addressed. That's how you will be addressed because that's respect, isn't it? Barbecue, cookout. Yeah, we like that. I'll have that. Oh, so what's happening on the Misfits card then? You'll have to keep us filled in, Zach. Oh, here we go. Big Mo's a good, lovely ring announcer as well. I do like him. Lovely man. It is at 4 p.m. Sorry, 4 p.m. Same place. We'll be putting the world to rights and we'll be speaking about everything boxing. No holds barred. We're going to say what we want. We're going to discuss the topics and give our opinions. Everyone's got an opinion, and it's good to have one. Do people need to take it seriously or take it as gospel? No. But we are all 4 of us are boxing fans, and we all do the same thing. So it's good to get together and, brainstorm. Come on, Tasha. Here we go. I want Jonas to win as I'm UK, but I think Mikaela Mayer wins. To be fair, Misfits is hours of nothing. hours of nothing. Can you imagine? See, I was going to compare it again, Chris, to dates, but you don't go on them. I was going to say that's exactly what I mean. It's like you're on a date and it's just hours of nothing, and you just want it to hurry up and go home. I'm watching the clock. I forgot. I left the dinner on this stove. Bye. Someone got knocked out cold, trembling on the. Oh no. Who? Who was that? I'm sorry to hear that. I'll get that off there. Oh, that's terrible. The skinny kid, seeing that. Zach's laughing. No, we can't be laughing. Trembling. Trembling as in like seizing. Or just trembling as in. Mm. Oh, they did the 4 card again. They did the 4 of them. Oh, he's up. All right then. Yeah, I don't like to hear things like that. Oh, she's come out to a Beatles song. I didn't know Mayer's fancied. Sponsored by OnlyFans. She hasn't got an OnlyFans. They must just sponsor her. You know, if I didn't have to get an OnlyFans. Oh my God. No. No, AP, I won't do it. I'm not doing it. I'll call you, His Excellency. Because you definitely are one of my favourite subscribers on here. So no, I bloody will not. Yeah, she did say she was going to come out to the Beatles. Michaela's very good at like indulging in the British culture. She loves it over here. And that's what I like about her. She's able to adapt to her surroundings. Fox the G versus J something. I'm sure it'll be all over X, and they'll be calling for it to be banned. I think one of their fighters, what was her name? Astrid Wet, has put up a video about she's not boxing with them, and oh look, Jane Couch brings out the belt. Let's not talk about Misfits now. Let's sort of look at that. Oh, let's give Jane Couch a round of applause. Brilliant. Oh, I love to see this. Iconic. Oh, Tasha's outfit is beautiful. Those colours, the blue and the red. Amazing. What is that? I'll leave people to answer that, Yemi. Yeah, I hope he's okay. She should have come to Nickelback. Anglo American. Yeah. She knows the market well. She does. Yeah. It's lovely to see that, isn't it, Jan? That is a beautiful. That's Sports Direct. What an outfit that is. I really, really like that app. Sorry, it's pink and blue. Is it time to get out the old spectacles? Oh, hold on. Get out the spectacles with me knitting needles. Oh, hello. I can see you all now. Fucking hell, get them things off. Here we go. Oh, look at even the ref gives her a lovely smile. How beautiful is that? She's got Marcus. Is that Sweatman in the corner? Marcus Sweatman. Is it Marcus Sweatman? What's his name? The one that Chris Eubank fought. Oh, Jane's emotional. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful to see. Look how emotional Jane is. What an honour. Oh, this is beautiful. Come on, Tash. Oh, that's all right then. He's okay. What a beautiful outfit. still a mismatch. Yeah, it would be. Oh, G Chain, good evening. How you doing? I saw you spinning some tracks on X. I had a little dance as the record. Do you mix them as well? Have you got twin tables or just the one? Because I know you like to play your old UKG, UK Garage, for our non-English listeners. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me. Natasha Jonas. I'd like Natasha Jonas to win too. Mikaela is technically more solid. I hope Jonas can do it though. Oh, we've got a few abroad fans for Jonas. Yeah, it should be a good scrap. And Daza, yeah, yeah. That singing's a bit. I loved it when Shields was singing with Cruz. Yeah. How on earth did Franchon Discern Cruz sing the whole of the anthem, then get in there and go the distance? That was insane. Yep, the national anthems are here. Yeah, I was saying about the OnlyFans because I don't think Michaela's got OnlyFans as she, but they sponsor her, and they must have loads of money. I'd get sponsored by them if it was just to sponsor and like promote what they do, but I wouldn't do it. But I'd get sponsored by them, no problem. So I'll slap that on the corner of my videos. October Red sponsored by OnlyFans. Get a discount code 10% off your first OnlyFans subscription using October Red 2. Right. Yeah, 1210s. Yeah, I got two. Oh, wow. Wow. You know what you need to do? You need to do an IG live and play them because that's what I'll be doing. But I haven't got as much vinyl as that. But I'll be using CDs for mine. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what it is as well. I agree, Mr. A. That's a possibility, but I think Tasha said she's usually quite slow to start, but she's going to now come out the gate quicker than she usually does. The only, there's advantages and disadvantages here. Mayer's gone up. Fair enough. She says she's comfortable at this weight, but she's never boxed at this weight. So there are advantages for Tasha. Are they? Oh no, we can't do that. Young girls. Oh no, we don't endorse that. And there Danny goes. No, I don't think. I think I'm just gonna still aim for Adidas. She has got only. Oh, okay. Forget that then, because I ain't doing that. Jose, good evening. Good evening to you and blessings to you. And thank you for gracing us with your presence. If you've just joined us, you know what it is. It's Jonas versus Mayer. It is fight time. The tail of the tape is on the screen. Both of them are going for this welterweight fight where they could win. Well, Natasha's got to defend her IBF belt. However, Mikaela Mayer is keen to get back on top. She wants that belt. She's come over here confident that she's going to win that belt. She is determined to become a world champion again. She's gone up, what, 2 weights, is it? Or 3? Can't remember. 135 to 147. Oh, my exes wouldn't say that. But thank you. I'll take it. I prefer Big Mo. Yeah, he's good, isn't he, Big Mo? Only grands. Mayer wins, even though I'm a fan of Jonas. Oh, okay, fair enough. No, I don't know. But you know what? Because obviously I'm a personal trainer. I was gonna do the personal trainer for the fitness on the OnlyFans. I was, because you can do that. It's not just for what you think it's for. But I didn't. Bits not bots. Let's get it on. BG London, good evening. Where have you been? Now, good evening, BG London. Welcome. It's time. It is time. Come on, Tasha. I'd like Tasha to win because she's lovely. And I've spoken to her several times. And she's a lovely girl. And she's a Scouser. And Scouser's not far from Brummies. And Scousers and Brummies always get on. We're a bit iffy with Manchester sometimes, but we get on all right with Scousers. Love you, Manchester. Right, here we go. Oh, they've just put some stats up there. I think the audience were voting. You know, when you give your coach that hug and you know this is it. Everyone's out the ring and now it's just the two of you left in there. That feeling. Oh, 3 weights. Here we go. Flipping out. Natasha has started off quick. Here we go, guys. Natasha goes in straight on the attack. In and out on her feet, nice and light, bouncing on her toes. Mikaela Mayer on the back foot, covering up nicely. Natasha's throwing off shots. Mikaela throws out the double jab. Confident, steadfast. Is this a joke? Has anyone's Sky just gone weird? Am I having this? My Sky just flickered then. Right, here we go. Back on. We are back on, guys. Natasha throws in several combinations. A couple of them were on the belt. Hooks. Woo! Hasn't really phased Mikaela. She still walks forward. The 1-2, missing Natasha. Natasha's slight on the back foot. Comfortable evading those shots coming in from Mikaela Mayer. Natasha catches her with one coming in. And that's the thing about Natasha. She does pack power. And she'll wait for you to come in and she'll time you. Mikaela being the taller fighter. Mikaela really making use of the ring, really making use of it. Some would say maybe too much use of it. Let's have a look how she's breathing. Chin slightly up of Mikaela. That's it. A nice 1-2 from Mikaela. Missed with the jab and skimmed Natasha with the backhand. Natasha comfortable on the back foot. Landed one on Tasha then. Just a slight pause from Natasha. We're coming up to the end of the first round already. Flipping heck. You're right about these 2 minutes, you know. 1-2 coming in from Mikaela. And there we have it. Round 1 down already. Hey. Yeah, Mikaela does look big, doesn't she? My Sky went off for a second then. Can I just have a time check? Are we all in the break for round 1? Because mine flickered off. Excuse me. Mikaela's got nothing to hurt Tasha. Just listening to what Gallagher is telling her to keep her chin down, take slight steps, and good counter work. Right, here we go. Both ladies back into the ring. Round 2 has started. Mikaela pushes forward on the front foot. Natasha, you know, you see that amateur, that, you know, that on the toes, that upright, that British style that our fighters have. Natasha once again catching her coming in. Mikaela leaning forward into her shots. Very dominant start from Natasha, but she did say she was going to come out strong. Lovely stiff jab from Natasha. Mikaela is throwing shots, but they're not phasing young Tasha. You can hear that she's putting the power into the shots because of the noises that Mikaela is making when she's throwing the shots. But Natasha, at the moment, they just seem to be bouncing off her. A couple of them catching her. You can see like Michaela's literally trying to get on the inside. She can throw those flurry of shots at Natasha. She just edges forward just slightly, stays out of range, and then comes in. Like to see a little bit more activity from Tasha, maybe parrying some of those shots and possibly doubling up on a jab of her own, just to really use that southpaw against Mikaela, because Michaela's literally throwing the 1-2 at will at the moment. I need to see a little bit more activity from Tasha. Michaela's there pushing Natasha back up onto the ropes, hitting her with a good couple of clean shots to the head. Natasha wakes up and starts to hit her back. Let's use your strength, Tasha. Yeah, I need to see more counters, more shots from Tasha. She's throwing some. Mikaela threw a shot to Tasha's body, then it moved her out the way slightly. Mikaela was better in that round. It'd be nice if she gets it. Good fight so far, though. Them rounds really go quick. Why I understand the need the breaks for the sponsors, but I really like to listen to the corner advice. Right, good evening, good evening. While we're on this quick break, we are going into round 3. These rounds are really flying. You are here. I'm Abs of October Red, and we have got the Natasha Jonas versus Mikaela Mayer. The IBF welterweight belt is on the line. Both ladies are going to put in everything that they've got. Natasha to retain it, Mikaela to take it. Who gets the win? We don't know. A good fight so far. We're heading into round number 3. Right, okay. I was just listening to what commentary was saying that the corner was saying, talking about falling in with the shots. They're expecting, right, Mikaela caught her with a good counter then. Natasha came back with something. There we go. Jab to the body from Natasha. Like I said, the 1-2's coming in from Mikaela, but she does fall into the shots. Some good body work from Natasha there. She's working Mikaela to the body, working. Mikaela comes in with a high guard, letting go shots herself. She's in this fight. Those shorts are like hot pants. One sec. Beautiful body shot there from Tasha. Yeah, good. We're starting to see this now. The fight is starting to open up. We're seeing what these ladies have got. They're starting to put on a show. Mikaela comes forward, high guard, throwing the 1-2, trying to get those 1-2 body hooks. Not seem to be getting through to Tasha. Tasha's throwing the more meaningful, spiteful shots, pivoting off the hooks. 1-2 again from Mikaela. That 2 landed on Tasha, pushing Tasha up against the ropes. A couple of those shots landed clean on Tasha's face. Here we go. We've got the onslaught. This is where I need to see. You know, when Mikaela's coming in with these onslaught of shots, just move out the way. Literally quick, fast. There we go. We saw her then. She dipped under the shots and she moved out the way. We need to see that rather than her letting Mikaela land at will on her face. I understand they may not be phasing her. They might be off the gloves, but we can't afford to have those things happening because they're what will get the points. Yeah, if this doesn't get a stoppage, it's going to go to points. Hold on. Corner advice was 20% off. Joel Gallagher would just be talking. Jesus God. What? Right, the height and reach between Jonas and Mayer is noticeable. Yeah, but once again, the shorter fighter in Natasha is able to get into that range better. But once Mikaela does push her up against the ropes, which she has done a few times, and let the shots go, Natasha's there for the taking. Yeah, she's not moving. I'd like to see her move off the ropes. Mayer has put weight on midsection as Jonas likes up close fighting. Fair enough. Mikaela feeling her out. That's coming in from Jose. Let's have a look. We are back. These headphones are crap. So swap them. Right, let's have a look. Tasha throwing out the jab. Mikaela throwing her jab over that. Throwing the two. Backhand into Tasha's face. Tasha backs up. Mikaela like fainting out. Beautiful 1-2 from Mikaela. Natasha moves out the way. Rolls a 1 and then the 2 to the body, but misses Mikaela as Mikaela moves. Mikaela is now replicating what Tasha's doing, throwing the backhand and the hook to the body. She's almost mirroring what Tasha's doing. Flurry of shots, the 1-2, putting the pressure on Tasha. Tasha goes in for the clinch. I don't like this. Mikaela is pushing Tasha up against the ropes and she's landing at will. When you get a flurry of these shots, it can be concussive. Natasha's at her best when she's in the center of the ring. We see that now. She's literally oh dear God. Both of the girls throwing. Natasha's landing some good shots on the chin of Mayer. She stays in, unfazed, center of the ring. 1-2 rolls under Tasha's alleged counter that she expects her to throw. 1-2 hook to Tasha's face. We're getting some really good work off Mikaela here. Really good work. The backhand of Mikaela lands on Natasha. Really confident work coming in here. Natasha's on the ropes, landing at will again. Natasha goes in for the clinch. This fight is now favouring Mayer. See, this is the argument that you had earlier, isn't it? Was it yourself that said it? Mikaela breaking Natasha Jonas down slowly, very relaxed. Mikaela Mayer, surprisingly front-footed. Oh dear. Natasha should definitely try and take advantage of the close range fighting. Mikaela isn't keeping her on the end of her jab straight. So Jonas needs to punish her to the body and stay on the inside. But she's not. She's just tucking up and taking all the shots. Pineda will beat all of them. Pineda's Pineda. Here we go. Right, I need to see more from Natasha in this round. I don't even know what round. Oh, okay, we're going into round 5. Chris has got it 3-1 to Mayer. Thanks for keeping the scores up. So we are going to round number 5. The thing is, you know what Mikaela's going to do. She's going to come forward with that 1-2. So you can move, you can make a miss. Natasha's being more aggressive now, literally going for gold. Mikaela throws a shot and pushes Tasha back. Tasha comes forward. Get from the ropes. I really don't like Tasha on the ropes. Okay, she grabs her and she moves. I'd like to see more from Tasha when she gets on the ropes. 1-2 coming in from Mikaela. Tasha covers up. The wide looping hook comes in from Mayer, misses Tasha twice. The 1-2. Tasha then comes in with the body shots. Either side slips and goes in with the body shot from the right. Mikaela answers with her own body shot. 1-2 coming in from Tasha. Mikaela once again starting to throw the shots in. Tasha clinches to spin to move Mayer out the way, to push Mayer back on the ropes. Mayer with the 1-2. Natasha, both of them throwing shots at the same time. Good work from both girls. Now in the clinch. Mayer throwing the 1-2, going for the body. 1-2 straight to the head. Tasha on the ropes. This is where I don't like it for Tasha. Olbanoff, Katie Taylor, get off the ropes. Tasha's shots look like they might be pouring out. A little bit of strength gone from Tasha. She looks tired. I don't know. Mikaela's coming in with the flurry of shots, bullying Tasha. Tasha's backed up into the corner. She looks tired. This fight is going to Mayer. Anyway, Tasha's tired. You can see she's breathing heavy in the corner. I'm just watching now. Deep breaths coming in. Right. Yeah, I've got Mikaela winning the last round. Jonas groin hammy. Jose, hope Tasha doesn't tire out too soon. Well, she's starting to look tired now. Oh, Iffy, Lotto's joined us. Good evening, Lotto. I need that TKO. Oh, that's what he's bet on. Excuse me. I've eaten something today and it's repeating on me terribly. It's like I've got something stuck at the back of my throat. Right. Tasha, you need to step up. Stay off the ropes. That's the only thing I'd say for Tasha. She's not comfortable on the ropes. Tucking up, staying in the same spot on the ropes isn't good. Mikaela once again coming in with a 1-2, missing. Tasha's good at the range here. She's keeping out of the range, but she's got to time her shots when she's going in. Time it when Mikaela comes in. You're going to throw. She's going to throw that 1-2, so she's going to have to slip, move, and counter. Once again, Mayer pushes her back to the ropes. Tasha gets her in the clinch. Body shots, inside fighting. Tasha's tucking up, throwing the hooks. Both of the girls going at it, hell for leather. Are we going to get a stoppage here? Tasha's attacking the body. Both girls landing some really good shots. Ooh. And I would say that Tasha's powerful as well, but Mikaela's tough as hell, man. 1-2, and Mikaela lands a shot. 2-0. That was a good shot from Tasha then. Overhand, right? I think it was. But Mikaela got her balance back, didn't go down. Literally. You see what Mikaela's doing to her? She's doing exactly what Olbanoff did to Natasha Jonas. Walking her forwards with those, just keeps on coming with the shots. Pressure. My God, how the hell are we in round 6 already? Once again, pushing Tasha back to the rope. Tasha clinches. They can't give any dodgy home decisions on this, Back to boxing, girls. Back to boxing. The 1-2 coming in from Mayer, but skimming. Tasha's good at keeping out the range, but then she'll get into range, and then Mayer finds a range, and then she starts to push Jonas back. Okay. The Lion says, come on, Tasha. If you see it saying that Jonas isn't coping well. Good afternoon. I can't pronounce that. 2-minute rounds. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It is a good fight, though. You've got Tash just winning. I haven't got Tasha up on the winning. Oh, Savannah Marshall's there. If Tasha kept it in the center of the ring and stay off the ropes, and she doesn't stay off the ropes, she does better. I think Mikaela's size is starting to come into play. Mikaela on the front foot. Jonas isn't hurting her. Yeah, I agree with what you said there. If you said Mayer knows that the home decision is still possible. Well, they're not saying that they've got Natasha up. I haven't. Yeah, she needs to chop down the body that's coming in from Jose. Joshua will be... Hey? You baffled me there, Brian. Wait there, Brian. Hold on. We're back in. Yeah, I've got Mayer in front as well. And I'm a fan of Natasha Jonas, but if Mikaela Mayer's winning, she's winning. We're round 7 already. And I wouldn't say that they're saying that Mayer's grown in confidence. Michaela is just, she's got a plan, and the plan is to literally walk Natasha down, constant pressure, being prepared to take the shots off Tasha, but to put that pressure on. You know, like kind of like Pursoon did with Katie Taylor, Olbanov did with Natasha Jonas, that kind of style. Look at this. Beautiful work coming in from Mikaela Mayer. Body shots, hooks to the face. Tasha's throwing hooks to the body. Both of the girls in the clinch. Chris, I agree. We do need to see more head movement from Tash. Inside fighting now from both girls. Hooks going to the body. Mayer finding the angles, managing to make those shots land. Tasha throwing out just as much as Michaela's throwing back. Uppercuts coming in from Mikaela. Hooks coming in from Mikaela. We have got 30 seconds left in round number 7. Toe to toe. Every shot that Tasha's throwing, Michaela's coming back with her own. 1-2 coming in from Mikaela, pushing Tasha back on the ropes. Are we going to get a stoppage? This is it's a good fight, though. Let's have a look. Why am I breathing? I'm not in the ring. Hold on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Come on, girls. It seems like the shots are starting to pour out from Tasha. There's no real power coming out from the shots. She's pouring out the shots. Yeah, Mikaela walks back to the corner confidently. Let's have a look. Joshua beat Francis, and Fury is the same as Usyk, crazy, and doesn't know how to lose. So due to being the bigger exact version of Usyk, same skill set will win. Fair point. Just jab her, Mayer. Jonas needs head movement. Tash can't handle Mayer's size. She's really using it effectively. Yeah, it's the pressure. It's pressure. I think every fighter's got a blueprint on how to beat them, and it's pressure. Let's have a look. What round are we in now? 8. Yeah, we're in round 8. Oh, God, here we go. Mayer literally coming forward with the pressure. Natasha throwing her own back. Mayer jumping out the way, but still coming in. Sticking shot there from Tash. It's going to have to be a war. You know, it's going to have to be a war, because the shots that Natasha's throwing out at Mayer, there's no respect there. Mayer's just coming in. We're getting a variation of shots. We're getting body shots, head shots, everywhere. Sustained attack from Mayer. Tasha's face literally rocked to the side. Now in the clinch on the ropes. Ref separates the two. Tasha's face is looking bruised up still. Mayer's coming in. She has these like this hook, and then she can go to the body. Uppercuts. Tasha's going to the body, jabbing out to the head, trying to keep distance. 1-2 coming in from the body. Mayer answers with a counter. We're getting hooks, uppercuts. We have a variety, almost like Heinz 57 varieties. Mikaela comes forward. Onslaught of attack. Natasha answers back. It is toe to toe. The pressure is getting worse. Just over 30 seconds left in round 8, guys. What a war. Good work, girls. At least we were entertained, because I ain't took my frigging eyes off this screen. You know, it's one of these where one of them could just get caught on the chin and go down, because they are proper looking to get each other out of there. They're not looking, this isn't, you know, when you think, yeah, they're looking to go to points. No. Right, Tasha came in with a lovely screw shot, landed on the body of Mayer. Mayer once again comes in, 1, 2, 3. Tasha answers. Bloody good fight, that. Yeah, hooks. Yeah. Tasha's got this. Um, it. You think Tasha's won this? Oh, I don't have it. Yeah, it is a great fight, Zach. Really, really good fight. Oh, and the gum shield nearly come out then. Oh, beautiful shots there. Just watching some of the replays. Really good fight. Well, we're coming towards the end now, aren't we? We're coming towards the end. Mayer's winning. Oh, boy, Edward. Yep. Right, round 9 now. Round 9. Here we go. Beautiful work. Beautiful combination there. Mayer caught her with a clean one. Tasha stays in. Proper warrior is our Tasha. There's answers for absolutely every shot that's coming out here. Nice little movement from Tasha. Just that slight step caused Mayer to miss the shot. To be fair, there's not great head movement from either of them. They literally they're having a scrap, aren't they? There we go. Jab, jab, cross. Once again from Mayer. Pressure. 1-2, 1-2. Pushing Tasha in by the ropes. Tasha in the clinch. Spins off the ropes. Ref separates. Good fight, this. Nice variation of shots coming in from Mayer. 1-2. Natasha answers with a hook to the body. Once again, it's in the clinch. Just under, a minute left of round 9. Mayer pushing Jonas back onto the ropes once again. Barrage of shots. Tasha goes in for the clinch to turn Mayer for the ref to separate. Jonas there throwing some hooks. Grabs Mayer for the clinch. Mayer works on the inside, albeit in the clinch. Keeps that work going. Both girls literally hooks to the head, hooks to the body. We are getting entertained here. Oh, that was a beautiful shot that Mikaela landed on the chin of Jonas. Now Mikaela's starting to look tired. What a war. Good fight, man. Really good fight. And considering this is Mayer's first fight at 147, yeah, she's comfortable at that weight for real. Right, let's have a look. Edward just watch some Rob Mayer. I'll name this account later. Good evening. 6-2 to Mayer. If they did, Shalom would set up a rematch. Give us your scorecards. At least give her another payday. If she's paid well, she probably will be, to be fair. Yes, and hit the likes and the thumbs up and all that weird and wonderful stuff. I never really ask for that, do I? But Danny G has asked for me. The coach is is Manny Robles in her corner as well. So he's got Manny Robles, Coach Al. Oh, here we go. We've got the last round, guys. The last round, round 10. This has got to be an out and out war. Pressure. The pressure. Jonas got to knock her out to get the win, in my opinion. The pressure literally coming in from Mikaela. Let's have a look. Both for girls going at it. Mikaela's really, really going to town on this. Variations of shot. Tasha grabbing her in the clinch. You see, these are the times when she should be getting those uppercuts. His point is grabbing someone and clinching them and not getting some cheeky shots on in the inside. Mikaela's there throwing the 1-2, pushing the head back of Natasha. Natasha answering with a hook, throwing their own 1-2, moving out the way. We have literally got a minute left, guys. A minute left. This is toe-to-toe action. Tasha's slowed down on the shots, gets hit in the chin. The eye of Natasha Jonas is swollen. The left eye is swollen. Mikaela is literally... It's all those 1-2 That 1-2 backhand, just pop, pop. The ref tells them to keep the hands up. We've got 30 seconds left. Mikaela's putting that pressure on. Oh my God, I thought Tasha was going to go down then. She's clinched her again. She's caught her clean. Tasha's clinched her again. We've got 20 seconds left. The shoulders of Natasha Jonas have gone up. Not relaxed, tense, tired. Oh, bloody hell. We've got 10 seconds left, guys. 10 seconds left. Natasha literally going in for the kill. You've got to now put this effort into the last 10 seconds. Why is that saying you got 1 minute left? 1 minute left of what? Natasha's raised her hand, but... Who says sweet baby Jesus? $7-2 to Mayer from I'll name this account later. It's legit if we have a new champ. That's from Edward Garcia. Sweet mama. Oh, I love this American slang, you know. You think Shalom's got his little brown envelope ready just in case. Listen, that's a suitcase. Good fight, but we'll see. We'll see. I've got Mikaela winning it. Coach K also very strong corner. Fair enough. See, Fight Fan would Danny would know about all of this stuff. Can learn a thing or two off Danny. Mikaela won, but she didn't do enough. Isn't it a shame that you win, but you don't do enough to win? That's nuts, isn't it? That is so nuts that we've got that kind of mentality in boxing. Listen, I'm a big Natasha Jonas fan. I'd want her to win. But, oh, bloody hell. This is like Mikey Garcia raising his hand every round versus Errol Spence. Like Mayer, clearly won. 7-3 Mayer. Look at their faces. Enough said. Oh dear. Just a tad. Great War. Mayer won by a long distance though. If you said Mayer did enough to get the decision as the away fighter, but won't be surprised if the judges are sending their crypto wallet information right now. I think she did more than enough to win. Here we go. 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 If you're ahead of me, don't say anything because they haven't announced it yet. Hold on. Oh, I can't look at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat. Hold on. 96, 94, 96, 94 Jonas. 97, 93 Mayer. 97, 93 Mayer. Split decision. Well, you know what? Okay, congratulations. Congratulations to Natasha. Natasha Jonas won, Basil. X is going to be livid tonight. I'm going to head over to X. I'm going to see what those guys are going to say. I mean, congratulations to Natasha. But I did have Mayer up. I did have Mayer on more of stronger But I'm happy. I'm happy for Natasha. The judges are the ones that make the decisions, not us. And they've said that Natasha's won via split decision. Is that what you know? What? While you're there, let me have a look on X now. I need to have a look on. Let me have a look on X. Hold on. Bing bong, bing bong, ding dong, ding dong, biddy dong, ding ding. What there? Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Oh, come on, you silly. Split decision. Hold on. Yeah, X hasn't gone too mad yet. Uh, Caroline Dubois, Mayer's a little bit hard done by there, but congrats to Natasha Jonas. And still, I'm inclined to agree with Dubois. Yeah, I had Sandy Ryan 6-4 to Mayer. Mikaela just got robbed. Just being honest. Yeah, Twitter's. I'm just going to retweet some of the people. Yeah, I thought Mayer edged it. Yeah, I mean, this is boxing, and I get it. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, I mean, look, there's lovely Tasha's mom. Look, I mean, lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, yeah. Bang for buck, PC gamer. What a disgrace. What's AP said? Oh, I've missed loads of bloody chats in here. Bad decision. What the F was that? Mayer won that fight. Bloody joke, told ya. Well, you lot were calling it in the chat from earlier anyway. I'm shocked once again. They gave it to Tasha. I wasn't watching it, but it sounded like yeah. Unbelievable fight. Jesus Christ, she got oh, excuse my French, she got a paste in there. I can vomit after that. Yeah, Tasha's given a thank you speech just to say thanks for everyone that turned up. Yamban, absolute disgraceful decision again. Boxing is disgusting at time. Kevin Amos, I won't say it's a robbery, but it is. I've been there. Are they gonna? Are they gonna? X is going mental, is it? I've only seen a couple of things that I've retweeted. They robbed that girl. Sounded and looked. What a disgrace. Yeah, hometown decision. Mayer, oh, it's a shame, really, because that was a lovely performance. But if I'm going to be totally honest, I've spoke to a few American fighters, and they are weary about coming over to the UK to fight because of the decisions. They've said that. I have heard that before. Why is Ben Shalom's face red? Like he's looking a bit burgundy in the face. Calling out other scoring. Yeah, well done to Jonas, but yeah, home ground. You don't watch anything through my eyes, mate. Tainted. It'd be the same if it goes to points with Fury Usyk with what's going on. Usyk will be. You reckon he'll be favoured? I reckon because I reckon because they want the Joshua Fury fight. I don't know. Don't know. That might be the other way around. Everyone chatting boxing with Yemi Babatunde has shouted in capitals. He wants you all to know he was right. Jonas by split decision. Can we have a round of applause for chatting boxing with Yemi Babatunde? Can we have a round of applause because he was right. Back-to-back robberies in women fights. Mayer robbed, Cameron robbed, corrupt as anything. But I smelt this was coming. I said Mayer win in my eyes, but they'll give it to Jonas. You didn't say that, Chris, because chatting boxing with Yemi Babatunde said it. Everyone in this chat didn't say anything. Yeah, it was yeah. God. Carol Taylor, do you think it was as bad as that? Carol Taylor, that's steep. The crypto transactions have been completed. I take it you lost money, if he said. Did you lose money? Tasha is one of our own, so it is what it is. Yeah. And I'm not mad about it. Oh. These guys and girls are delusional. Robbery shocker from Scott Thomas. Hold on. Oh, she's so deflated. Oh, she didn't have a rematch clause on her side. It was only Natasha Jonas that had one on her side. So she's saying, let's do it again. Ooh, I feel sorry for Mikaela. See, I thought Alicia beat Mayer. I know, you know, but I did. Can you really blame them, Red? No, I can't. I can't. I can't. You know, I can't. And that's the thing. When it comes to stuff like that, I can literally. Right, Michaela's saying this is warranted for a rematch. Yeah, Mikaela wants to do it again. Poor Mikaela, chin up, girl. Yeah, I do feel a bit sorry for her, to be fair. Funny, her campaign against Harper and Taylor. Did he cash in, though? I want to know if you cashed in. You didn't, did you? Oh, thank you for waiting. Oh, she is a good. The thing is with Mikaela, she's a good sport for the sport. She really is, but it is heartbreaking. She put on a really good performance. Oh, it's one of them, isn't it? Yeah, are you getting your flowers? Chatting with Yemi, Shane McGuigan going in. Is he? What Shane McGuigan said? Because the thing is, you know, I like him because he just tells you. He tells you. He doesn't care what you think. He'll just tell you straight. Followed boxing for years and can always tell what's going to happen. Anyway, get back to Ghost Stories fights over now and next month. Start of some bangers in Saudi. Whoop, whoop. Look at her eye. Jesus, her eye is absolutely terrible. Listen, we have been going for 3 hours. I bet you haven't gone that long in your life before, but you have because you came over here with me and we had fun. Listen, jokes aside, thank you to each and every single one of you that joined in on the live. Thank you for the super chats. Like I said, I really appreciate it. Every little helps. But your company anyway is just as good. That is priceless. We always have fun here. Sorry it wasn't as rigid with all the other fights, with the commentary. But as per usual, I will say that I'm grateful for all of you. I enjoyed your company. We'll be talking boxing, no doubt, everything that's going on online about tonight. We will be discussing back here tomorrow, 4 p.m., with Danny Fight Fan TV, Base the Kid, Maestro Miller from New York, from the US, and obviously yours truly. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Sending you all hugs. Have a good evening. If you're back here tomorrow, you're not. The next live that we'll be running, I'll keep you in the loop. Just check the community page, check Twitter, check my IG, October Red Media, Twitter, October Red UK, and yeah, come back tomorrow or don't. Subscribe, don't like, share, whatever. But yeah, until the next time, I'm off. Adios. Stay ready.